What's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? I almost didn't make it on tonight. Oh my goodness. Everything. You want to talk about everything that could go wrong with my setup today went wrong. Oh my goodness. My camera stopped working. My software was crashing. My cameras aren't even in the right spot. I'm like adjusting them on the fly because I was unplugging them and moving them. They still don't look completely right, but I'm trying to get them like a little bit right. Man, how my cameras looking out there? How they looking at y'all? Huh? How they looking out there? Y'all tell me. Does it look abnormal? Does it look weird? It looks okay. I made one mistake. I tried to. Thanks, Bill. That's sweet. I tried to change one setting on my camera because on one of my cameras, and it just effed up everything. You would think I would learn not to make changes like right before I go live, right? You would think after a while I would have learned that, but no, not me. I'm like, you know what? You know when's a great time to mess with settings? 15 minutes before I go live. That'd be a great time. One's at definitely not 4K, which is funny because that's actually the setting I was messing with. that was actually the setting that I was messing with, was the setting where it makes it 4K. That was the setting. Because there is, I have a setting to like go between like like HDR and and non HDR, right? And I had clicked that button on actually one on the live you're looking at. I had clicked it on that, and it shut down the whole camera and my other camera. it shut down the camera, that camera, and my other camera because there's two cameras. I ended up turning off my HDR on my other camera. So hopefully that looks okay too. All right. I got to mess with those settings a little later, I guess. Anyways, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Thank y'all for being here as normal. 100%. 100%. Well, hopefully it looks okay. Well, I guess we'll see in a second. For my people on my landscape live over there, how am I looking over there? I'm actually not running my HDR setting over there. Does it look horrendous? That'd be Mystic, VJ, Ogden, Taro, people that watch me all the time. That's that camera. I'm actually not running it. Anyways, we'll see in a second. We'll see in a second. But anyhow. They're too busy talking to each other. They don't even know I've talked to them. Thank you so much, Flower Child. I look gorgeous, Jen. All right, cool. It looks okay. Looks fine. Doesn't look too much different. All right, perfect. Flower Child, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, we're getting this thing started. Get this thing moving then. If everybody says I look okay, then I'm gonna take their word for it. Because the definition doesn't look great on this one to me, but that's okay. Actually, maybe it just needs a little bit of a. Oh wait, I think I turned the autofocus off on it. Did I? Shoot. Oh, I'm almost scared to touch this. You said it's looking good. All right, if you guys say it's looking good, I'm gonna leave it then. If you guys say it's looking good, I'm gonna leave it. Anywho, sorry. I'm like all like, gotta fix things. Yeah, don't do it. Don't touch anything. Don't even look at the buttons. I wish I could show you guys like all the little buttons I have for these these cameras are like super like like I said, I am not technologically advanced enough, all right, to do this as much as I do it. All right. I just kind of click stuff. I looked a lot thinner before. Well, that's good, I think. I don't want to look too skinny. I don't think I gained a significant amount of weight in between yesterday and today that I remember. My last video was what, Saturday? So I don't think I've gained a significant amount of weight in between Saturday and now. I don't believe. I don't, but hey, what do I know? What do I know? Maybe I'm up like 50, 60 pounds. I haven't stepped on a scale. All right. Can't tell if it's you or AI. Well, I'm not AI, but honestly, that's exactly what AI would say. So there is a chance that I am actually AI. I wonder if the camera is actually distorting. Is that might be what it is. Guys, do I look fat? That's what Respace says. Respace says I look fat. Do I look fat today? Am I having a bloated day? Am I having I am drinking Mountain Dew out of a Taco Bell cup. That does add a few pounds to the camera. Okay. I am drinking Mountain Dew out of a Taco Bell cup. So that might be just doing it. All right. Guys, if I could do this with AI and not just me, do you know how much easier my life would? I would turn on an AI bot and just run this for just like 8 hours a day. Y'all wouldn't even know the difference. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? that'd be awesome. If I just turn on an AI bot and everybody's like, "Oh, you're doing so great. You're doing so awesome." Camera is zoomed in more, people. Oh, is that all it is? Just because my camera zoomed in a little more? I actually didn't know what my zoom setting was, so I just started zooming it. That's probably what it is. It's probably just my zoom is a little bit more zoomed in. Is that better? Happy African said happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday, African. Took 10 pounds off. All right. Well, we figured out it wasn't the Taco Bell cup. It's not my birthday, African. I still got another month and a half for mine. It's almost Ari's birthday. Yeah, copy that. It's my birthday if Hafrican says it's my damn birthday. That actually tracks. That actually tracks. Why do people say happy birthday? Why do people say it's not my birthday? We play each other in fantasy this week. Oh, freaking easy dub, dude. Have you won a game yet? I actually was like in the middle of texting you back, and then my camera started messing up. I just actually looked at my phone, and my phone has a half written message to you. it actually has a half written message in there to you. That's funny. I went from Hulk to Bruce Banner. That's all it was, is I just needed to zoom out my camera a little bit. I love that. You won this week. Guys, can we get a big round of applause for Corey? All right. Can we get a big round of applause for Corey for his first fantasy win of the season? It only took him till week 6. In his own league, by the way. It's his league. He finally got one in week 6. Big round of applause for Corey. Let's all give it up to him, okay? Golf clap. All right, y'all. Hey, Jaylee, I see that 1 month membership that you just saw over there. Thank you so much for being a member for 1 month and for doing it again. So thank you so much. All right. I think I do need a couple more mods in my YouTube stuff, because I would like to lay off of a little bit of the Streamlabs stuff. So I'll be looking for some people that may want to do some moderator stuff in the future. It also does help to be in the crazy live. If you're over in the nice one, probably not. But if you're in the crazy one, I might be looking to recruit. Tatted Tech, I'm looking at you. Maybe looking to recruit. So maybe looking to recruit. Anyways, all right, we're about to get this thing started. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We are just gonna get this thing started. Okay, Ryan, I don't yet, but I may take you up on that. Oh, and Tatted Tech with the 2 months on the membership too. Check that out, y'all. We're getting some longevity over here. All right. We are going to open up these phone lines, get this thing started. Get this thing moving. I know, Tatted Tech. I was like, you know what? I was like, who do I see here all the time? See, I recognize him. Hello, how are you? All right, goodbye. Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you? I can't believe I'm on the call. This is crazy.
Oh my God, it is. That's great. I'm excited too. We can both be excited.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do, yes.
Awesome. So what's in your mind?
So main things that I do support Trump for are probably his immigration stances. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he's done, especially just within, I mean, not his first term as much. I mean, his first term was kind of a disaster with immigration, but his second term so far, we've seen, you know, a very large drop in daily border encounters. There's been a large amount of fentanyl seizures, and that has sort of fallen over time, which shows that, like, a lot of the drugs that are coming across the border are really going down. That's
actually not what that shows. It means the amount of drugs that we're catching is going down.
Well, yes, yeah, sorry.
Well, how is that a good thing?
As because okay, so first the daily border encounters that are happening in the first place is falling by over 90%.
Yeah. We
And
can
so
go
that's
back to
a,
that. That's fine. How is us catching less drugs a good thing? Do you think the cartels just were like, oh, well, Trump's president, we're gonna stop making money?
no, no, no. I mean that the smaller number of seizures that are happening means that less is naturally coming across the border in the
No,
first
the
place.
less number of seizures means the less that's being caught. Okay,
Maybe, but
you're confusing two things. You think that because we're seizing less, there is less drugs coming over. Okay, but just as
yeah,
easily as less drugs being seized, could mean that it probably doesn't, because again, the cartels are still going to be making money. They're not going to stop because of Donald Trump's border policies, right? Which means they're getting drugs in a different way that we're not catching.
maybe. But there was a recent ABC News interview of some cartel members where they specifically stated that Trump's border policies were making it harder for them to make money. So there is
Yeah,
some reduction. I'm sure they're still making a lot of money, but any sort of reduction, I think we can both agree is good.
but did in that interview did they say they were moving less or that they were making less money?
I don't necessarily remember. I could probably find the video at some point,
Okay,
but
because it sounds to me
the
and
line of questioning wasn't like,
yeah.
"Are you making less money?" But like, "Is your job harder than it was
Well,
before?"
yeah, of course it's
And if the
harder
job is
because
harder, they're
yeah,
probably going to be moving less over. Even if they're like increasing the prices, they might be making the
right.
same
That's a
amount of
lot
money.
of assumptions.
Maybe, but it's not illogical to say that because we have increased the number of Border Patrol agents and because the daily border encounters have dropped significantly, that less fentanyl and other drugs
Well, let me
have
ask you this question:
fallen
Have
coming across
deaths
the
in the
border.
United States gone down from fentanyl overdose?
Gee, I honestly don't know.
No, they have not. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, no, we've had no reduction whatsoever in drug related crimes. We haven't had reduction in drug deaths. We haven't had reductions in any of those things since Trump has been president. Okay. They were going
Okay.
down under the Biden administration significantly, actually. But under the Trump
Okay.
administration, we actually haven't seen a serious reduction in that at all. All right. So if we're not
Hmm.
seeing a reduction, all right, in the amount of drug
Yeah.
deaths, then that means that the drugs are still getting here, which means that
Uh-huh.
your stance on, that somehow drugs not being able to get here as easily is not true. Again, they're just getting here different ways. See, under the Biden administration, all right,
Hmm. Yeah.
the over 90% of the drug seizures that happen in the United States at the southern border came from US citizens. All right.
Okay.
So what you're saying is because it's more difficult for people that are legally allowed to be here, all right, to get in, that they're just going other
Uh-huh.
directions. Also, your border encounters, that's mostly just talking about people that were coming at ports of entry anyway. So all
Okay.
you're saying is that you have a higher concentration of focus on ports of entry and not as much focus,
Hmm.
obviously, on other places.
Yeah. Huh, that is very interesting. I do appreciate that point. But I have seen also that homicides, for example, have gone down in border states. Would you say that that may be also due to
Where are you pulling that stat
significant
from?
decreases? That is from, let me see where this is from real quick. Sorry, I have like a million tabs open because I know you're very smart, and so I was like, I need to actually know what I'm talking about right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I would love to see where the crime rate has gone down in border states. I haven't seen anything that says that.
Let's see. That's from the Council on Criminal Justice, their crime trends mid-year
Council
update. But that
on
was
Criminal
released in
Justice.
July. Yeah.
I actually don't know. I've never heard of these people before. That's actually funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Who are these people? I've never heard of them before in my life. Not saying they're bad or good. I'm just saying I haven't heard of them. But that's
Yeah.
fine. Let's see. It's actually funny looking at the quick overview on that, where they're saying that these people's actual analysis is actually disagreeing with a lot of political analysis from multiple other sources.
Really.
But
Because
that was just the
at least
first little thing
data
that popped
paper.
up. It's nothing that I've researched.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rate of homicides in the 30 cities studied. And by the way, this wasn't border states. That was incorrect. You said this is actually border cities.
Oh, border cities. I mean, that is where most of the homicide is occurring. Is naturally going to be
that actually
cities.
doesn't really make much sense at all. But
Well,
anyways,
I mean, not the rates, but like just the sheer number of people being in cities is going to make larger number of crimes happen, even if it's a like safer populace overall.
yeah, but that's why we don't worry about the number of crimes. We worry about the crime rate, right?
Okay, but I mean,
saying if you have a
17%.
city of 8 million people, there's more crimes than a city of 20 is not really telling me anything. Like,
yes, but the rates
obviously,
did fall
right?
by
That's why we look at rates,
17%.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but the rates did fall by at least according to this study,
Yeah,
homicide rates
I'm looking
did
at it.
fall by 17% in the first
I'm looking
half
at
of
it.
2025.
I would love to see actually how they calculated this data, but I see. I can put it up on the screen for everybody to see too. Stand by.
Okay.
Oh, not you stand by. You're talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
was
right.
just wondering, like,
So, key takeaways. Reported levels of the 11 and 13 offenses covered in this report were lower in the first half of 2025 than the first half of 2024. It is funny that they said that first half of 2025 instead of the last half, or first half of 2025 versus the first half of 2024, as opposed to the last half of 2024. Just kind of weird. But anyways, and it even says right here, drug offenses remain the same. But it's saying they're representing the rate of homicides in 30 cities provide data that crime rate was 17% lower, representing 327 fewer homicides. There were 10% fewer reported aggravated assaults, 21% fewer assault. Okay, let's see. This is actually kind of weird data. And the reason why I'm going to say it's weird is because it says that there was the rate of homicide showed a 17% lower, but a 327% fewer, right? But you're also telling me that there is a significantly less amount of people there, right?
Yes.
So why does that 327% matter? Let's see. I'm actually looking at this. Percentage of violent offenses. Why is this showing? Okay, here we go. This is better. Percent change in, okay, so this is a 14% reduction is what it's saying. It's saying everything was going down every year. This is actually interesting. So it's actually kind of funny if you look at the data. And while it is showing a reduction, right, it was also showing a reduction under the Biden administration.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So if
Even
you actually
though
look
there
at
was
it,
an
right, the
increase
crime rate went
in-
down in
yeah.
2022, then it went down in 2023, then it went down in 2024, and then it went down in 2025. Same thing with the aggravated assault. It went down every single year. Gun assault went down every single year. Sexual assault actually went up, it looks like. Domestic violence actually is worse than it was last year. Robbery was going down every single year and then went down in this one, and so was carjacking. Actually, every single thing, residential burglary, every single thing was going down every single year. And it just continued to go down this year. So if Donald Trump, so let me ask you this question. If crime rates have been going down every single year, right? And then we look at the first 6 months of Donald Trump's, presidency, when he actually didn't enact any more border patrol policy, right? We didn't have any more border patrol, right? We didn't have any more, customs and border protection. We didn't have any more ICE in the first 6 months. Those are things that didn't come until May, right? So towards the end of that 6 months, what did Donald Trump actually do to affect this?
I see. No, I get what you're saying. Like, if everything is going down in the first place, then like how can anything that Trump is actually doing on this like have made any sort of effect? Like the data's not showing that.
Yeah.
So
By the way, I'm linking
I
that study
understand
into the sources tab in my Discord. No, so that's all I'm saying. Like, and I'm not saying this study is wrong. I don't know enough about this study to know 100% whether it's right or wrong. It seems to be legitimate in the way that they're gathering the study. I don't see anything wrong with it. It just seems kind of weird that it was going down already, and then Donald Trump took office, did nothing, and then it just continued to go down almost the exact same rate.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Although,
and again, I'm not saying that he didn't. He did shut down, he did shut down pretty much all legal immigration in the country, right? Which would affect, the amount of people in these cities. And if you have less people, you probably do have lower levels of crime, right? That does make sense to me, right?
Yeah.
But when we talk about Donald Trump's immigration policy, I think it's like really better to talk about all of it, right? When you're talking about his His arrest and apprehension and all that sort of stuff, right? He's actually mostly and overwhelmingly just arresting and detaining people that aren't committing any crimes, especially any violent crimes whatsoever. I think the last data showed that less than 15% of the people that he was arresting and detaining had any, violent crime whatsoever. We also know that, undocumented immigrants commit violent crime at a rate 30 times less than American citizens do, right? So at that, at that rate, adding more undocumented immigrants wouldn't exactly, decrease it whatsoever, right? So when we're talking about, immigration, I think that, having a secure border is a good thing. I wish Donald Trump had allowed, us to actually have more border patrol and actually have better border protection in 2023 when he called the Republicans and blocked the bill that would have actually, secured our border. And I don't think I have a huge problem with, with detaining and deporting undocumented immigrant. Joe Biden didn't have a problem with that. He deported more than Donald Trump did on his first term. I think the issue with Donald Trump's immigration policy has nothing to do with whether you want the border secure or not. Both presidents wanted the border secure. I don't think it has to do with deportations because both presidents wanted to deport people, right? The only difference is Donald Trump is doing things inhumane in the way he's doing it.
Maybe. I mean, like, it's a broad sweeping approach, right? I just feel like I would favor the broad sweeping approach more, just a little bit more than what like Biden had done. I mean, Biden did allow many crossings across the border. And even though, like, yes, Trump's sort of broad sweeping deportation strategy is like not exactly the best way to do it. Like, there are a lot of MS-13 gang leaders that have been deported. And even if like not every single migrant that has been deported.
So
even though
real quick, how did Biden let people in?
So that was through the CBP One app, which basically allowed over 1 million migrants to essentially come into the country and then not have to leave at any certain point.
Yeah, but the CBP app only worked for asylum seekers. So those were legal migrants.
Uh-huh.
So how did he let undocumented people in here?
Well, the number of border crossings is extremely high.
Well, the most number of border encounters was extremely high, but that's just saying a lot of people showed up. I'm not asking you how many people showed up. I know a whole bunch of people showed up, and I know why a whole bunch of people showed up, and that didn't have anything to do with Biden. Why people left their countries and showed up at the U.S. border had nothing to do with Biden, right? I'm asking you what he did to just allow people in, right? A border encounter means that Border Patrol stopped them, or at least attempted to stop them, right? So that's actually having border policy. So how did Joe Biden actually allow people in?
Well, didn't a lot of the Border Patrol not have to, like they released them into the country after having an encounter?
Only the people that were legally allowed to be here, or asylum seekers, but not undocumented people.
No, I'm pretty sure it was undocumented people.
Incorrect. There were 685,000 people that were undocumented that were deported at the southern border last year.
Yes, but I thought were tons of people that had come in. Or is that not true?
Were there tons of people that came in? Yeah, there was tons of people that came in. But there's two ways that they came in. Either one, they came in under a legal process, and then Border Patrol let them in because they were here under a legal process under our law. Or two, they snuck around that process and then got away and got in the United States, which is why we would need more Border Patrol, which Joe Biden tried to get us, but you can't get that without congressional approval, and Congress blocked it.
Okay, so, I mean, is your argument, sorry, I'm just trying to understand, is your argument that Biden and Trump essentially are doing the same thing?
Oh, no.
And so Trump is not helping anything with immigration? Like,
oh, no, not at all. I don't agree that Donald Trump and Joe Biden are doing the same thing. I don't think that Donald Trump and Joe Biden try to do anything the same thing. The difference is that Joe Biden tried to do things legally and humanely. Okay. And Donald Trump has no will to do any of that. Okay. Joe Biden had an immigration bill that he tried to, put up 6 days after he got in office. It was blocked by Republicans. There was multiple other bills. And then he had a bill in 2023 that Donald Trump called the Senate and told them to block so that he could run against Joe Biden on immigration. All right. That's what happened. Okay. And then And then after Donald Trump did that, then Joe Biden did an executive order, which essentially just shut off, border entry at all at the southern border, significantly reducing encounters, right? But again, the people that were already undocumented were already being deported. Now we just kind of stopped the people that were documented, but the border encounter numbers went down, so everybody was happy. So and that's the thing.
I
like,
sort of disagree, though. Like the Migration Policy Institute clearly stated that around 5 to 6 million new unauthorized residents came here under Biden and are still here.
yeah, well,
So it doesn't seem like that
they
many
are.
people were actually being deported.
Yeah, that's an actual like right wing anti-immigration think tank. By the way, just to be very clear, they're not like they're not like an unbiased middle ground or whatever trying to be independent. They are specifically anti-immigration. All right, and the last numbers I saw
That
were
doesn't make them wrong, though.
it makes them biased.
Maybe, but it's not
Right.
like
But
they're saying that there are
nobody else is
51
saying
million
those
illegal
numbers.
immigrants in the US.
But nobody else is saying those numbers. Like no one. No other unbiased source is saying those numbers. That's what I'm saying. The last number I saw was around 4 million, just give or take, right? Because all of
but
these
that's still so close.
Right,
like, that's
sir,
a lot of
sir,
people.
that is 4 million people that snuck around Border Patrol. That's not 4 million people that Donald Trump that Joe Biden let in. I think there's some confusion. Okay, like what we had was a whole shit ton of people show up at the border. Okay,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of people from a whole bunch of different countries. Okay, and we needed a whole shit ton of Border Patrol in order to be able to stop that whole shit ton of people. Okay. We didn't have that many Border Patrol. So what happened was people would come up to the southern border. They would try to seek asylum. They'd be, turned away because they didn't have an asylum claim. And then they would try to go around and sneak into the United States. And some of them would be successful. Right. Or maybe they never tried a legal process to begin with. Maybe there was a whole bunch of them and the cartels were just making a whole bunch of money by just sneaking people around the whole time. Right. But at no point in time was there a single policy from the Biden administration that allowed this to happen. At no point in time were they not following exactly what our immigration law is, okay? Which our immigration law allowed this to happen, all right? What we needed was more Border Patrol agents, more people on the ground, and better immigration law. And that Joe Biden did try to fix, okay? Should he have probably done more in the process of fixing that? Yes, he absolutely should have, okay?
Yeah.
But saying because he followed the law, he let people in is wrong, especially when he tried to fix that law.
Although, okay, so I think I do understand what you're saying, and I really appreciate you explaining all that to me. But would you say that, like, why were all these people coming in the first place, and then why did it slow down when Trump came into office? I mean, there are less people coming to the border now than there were before.
Yeah, and there was less people coming over in the last 6 months to a year under Biden than there was the years before that. All right, the biggest reason is the biggest reason for the mass migration was COVID. So of course, the further we get away from COVID, the better, right? Second of all,
you mean like the more people are going to come up, or the less people? I might have.
Well, the further we get away from COVID, the less people are going to show up at the border. That's just obvious, right? But second of all, these numbers that Donald Trump is talking about, like all he did was just close the gate. You do understand that border encounters doesn't mean that you're here illegally, right?
I guess I do now.
Yeah, a border encounter doesn't mean that you're here illegally, right? In order to seek asylum, you have a border encounter. Even though you're coming over here legally, right? You're here under a legal process, under Title 8 of our immigration law. It's still a border encounter, right? So what we saw was a lot less asylum seekers starting to come over, and then we pretty much shut down asylum seeking by shutting down the border from even legal migration after a certain amount. And then Donald Trump came in and said, hey, I don't care whether you're here legally or not. I don't want you coming across the border. So he pretty much just shut the gate. Okay, that doesn't mean that more people aren't still sneaking around. We won't know those numbers for years. Okay, we know that people that are trying to do things the right way are sure as hell not being let in, unless of course you're white and from South Africa.
Yeah. But I mean, the foreign-born population has decreased. I think there were some stats that had come out recently showing that.
Had come out showing what?
Showing that the foreign-born population in the United States has decreased. So there
What
is less
stat is
migration
that?
into the country. I'll
What?
find it real quick.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
would, I would,
So I've
I would
seen it
love
over.
to see that. That'd be great because Donald Trump, even by his own number, has deported something like 350,000 people. That's not even enough to affect the percentage.
Yeah, according to the Center of Immigration Studies,
That's exactly what I
it
just told
dropped
you.
by.
Do you have anything that's not a right wing anti immigration think tank?
Mm, no, not exactly. I mean, yeah, that is one of the most cited ones, but it's also from multiple months of CPS data, which shows a steady
I'll
decrease
gladly
in the
take the
foreign-born
yeah.
population.
I'll
So
take that CPS data all day long. That doesn't that I'll that sounds like CPS data. Do you mean CBP data?
no CPS.
Council for what?
Let me see here. It's in a newspaper, so I'm going to try and find exactly what their sourcing is. It's from the Current Population Survey,
Current
and that's a
population survey.
Washington-based one. Yeah,
Current
it's
population survey,
made.
like a
Apparently, it's
census.
from the federal. I don't
A,
think
a
so
current
because it's
population
from
survey would be
January
a.
to August.
I don't know anything about that, but regardless of that, sir, that would mean that we would just be having. He would have to deport people at an incredibly high rate to get rid of everybody foreign born here, which I guess he is trying to do by taking people that are here legally and making them illegally here.
Well, yeah, that would just mean that there are less people. That's the point that I'm trying to make, is that there are less illegal immigrants in the
Mm-mm-mm.
country than there were before.
No, you're
Even if
not.
he's, I mean,
You're making the point that there's less people that were born in a foreign country here. That doesn't mean that there's less people that are illegally here. That just means that there's less people that are born in another country or here.
like there's just a lot of emigration happening, is what you're saying?
Well, you're saying that there's less immigration happening, and I agree with that. There is less immigration happening completely because people are terrified to freaking come to this country, even for things like tourism. Didn't FIFA just announce that they're moving a whole bunch of their games for the World Cup into Canada to avoid, possible immigration problems?
I hadn't heard that, but
Yeah,
again,
Vegas is
the same
struggling.
current population survey did say that there was a 1.6 million person decline among illegal aliens.
I'm sorry, they surveyed illegal people?
It is the current population survey is a think tank analysis.
It's a think tank analysis from who?
The federal government. The federal government.
The federal
created the
government
current
isn't a
population
think tank,
survey.
sir. So the federal
Well,
government
no,
doesn't do a
the
think
federal
tank survey.
government has
Either the
think
federal
tanks
government did
that
it or a
do.
think tank did it, not one or the other. I mean, it has to be one or the other.
I mean, but isn't the current population survey from the census itself? And the census is a federal government survey,
The
essentially.
last census was 5 years ago.
No, it's a part, like this. It's not the census, but it falls under the census, is what the current population survey does.
Okay.
It's a monthly survey on labor force statistics in the U.S. and it falls under the Census Bureau. Or it's sponsored by the Census Bureau and the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look. All right. So yeah, it's not from a think tank. It's from the U.S. Census Bureau. Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry, I'm using the term think tank very broadly, I guess. But
Okay.
and
So
that's how,
if that's what you're
used
saying, then
to
where are
think
these migrants going to?
out of the United States. I wouldn't say that there's much research
Are they
on.
sneaking out?
No, but there are a lot of people that voluntarily leave.
Right, but those voluntary numbers are included in Donald Trump's deportation numbers. And Donald Trump hasn't claimed anywhere near that number.
What was his claim again, if you can remind me?
I think his highest claims have been something around 500,000. And I think that's actually the highest claims that I've heard from him. He hasn't claimed anywhere near that.
And that's including self-deportations? I didn't think that it included that.
No, yeah, sure does.
Hmm.
Trust me, Donald Trump will include every single number he possibly can to make his deportation number sound higher.
Like, that's totally what I would expect as well. So I'm kind of shocked. I mean, even if Donald Trump is saying that it's not, and we know that he's not exactly one that is known for telling the truth all that much, or at least knowing what the truth is, the official reports do still say that 1.6 million illegal aliens have voluntarily self-deported since January 2025. Regardless of what Trump is saying, that is what the statistics are showing.
Let's see. That's pretty cool that you're pulling this up, because I can't even pull it up. Oh, there it goes.
I mean,
for a sec, when I first tried to pull it up, it said due to lack of funding, we can't even get these numbers to you.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, it's still doing it. I can't even pull up these tables that you're talking about because it says due to lack of funding. Right here, you guys see this little, you guys see this little blue thing. Due to lapse of federal funding, this website is not being updated. Any inquiries submitted via data.census.gov will not be answered until appropriations are enacted.
That's actually so sad, because I mean, what I'm looking at is not the source itself, but the newspapers that are citing it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so what newspaper is citing it?
The Dallas Express is going to say.
And what newspaper is citing it?
This is from the Dallas Express. It's from October 10th, so it was seen relatively recently.
Yeah, I would actually need to see the actual data. I don't know anything about the Dallas Express. Okay, I don't know anything about that, and I sure as hell don't need them to tell me how to think about a certain scenario. I would rather just look at it myself.
Okay.
But that would that number doesn't make any sense. I mean, just logically, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. We have tons of data showing that there is a very minimal amount of people that are self-deporting. And we have the amount of people that CBP, Customs and Border Protection and ICE are reporting deporting, and none of those all combined even get close to that number.
Do you mind showing the actual statistic that you can find that says that the number of self-deportations is extremely low?
Sure. I mean, we could find that anyway, but I could just logically explain it to you. It'd be pretty simple.
Sure. Yeah, if you could do that.
Yeah. What makes you think that somebody, traveled all the way from their foreign country, moved their entire family, paid a whole shit ton of money to sneak in this country illegally, or to fly in and get their visa and then overstay their visa or any of those sort of things, and then they're going to just leave for $1,000?
I think the idea that they're actually going to be arrested and things are going to be worse than if they just leave.
Yeah, no one cares about that. Nobody moves their family across the Darien Gap to be worried about being arrested. If you were worried about being arrested, you wouldn't have done it to begin with.
No, but I think that's like the point, right? Is that people are afraid of being arrested and are thereby not coming in the first place. And they're also afraid of being arrested while they're here, and so they're leaving.
Yeah,
maybe you and I wouldn't be worried about being arrested, but there are other people who have very different mindsets than the both of us.
Sir, would you try to sneak into China?
No.
Why not?
Mostly because it's half a world away.
So what?
I think that so what? What do you mean?
So what? Why wouldn't you try to sneak into China?
Because economically, it doesn't make any sense for me.
Okay, say it did make economic sense for you.
I think there's still. I mean, okay. So for example, I'm very critical of China and the idea of me.
Make it Canada. I don't give a shit. Why don't you sneak into Canada?
I think maybe you can probably skip these questions and sort of just explain what you're trying to say. I'm not really.
Sir, if it made economic, you wouldn't do it because you would afraid to be arrested. If you were trying to do it, you would do it the right way. And if you were in such an economic situation in which you were going to sneak into someplace illegally, being arrested is not what you're worried about. Okay? Because if being arrested is what you're worried about, you wouldn't have done it to begin with. Because the entire offense of being here is an arrestable offense, and you knew that before you did it. Okay, so people aren't now all of a sudden going to go, I spent all of this money, sometimes on immigration lawyers, sometimes on visa processes, on all sorts of different things. I spent all of this money, and now I am just going to throw it all away because somebody offered me $1,000 to now deport to the place which was so horrific that I had to move my family from to begin with.
No, I see the point that you're making of like, why would you, like, you came all this way and it, costs all this money, like you're leaving because like you might be arrested. I understand that point. But there is still the DHS did still say that in less than 250 days, 1.6 million illegal immigrants have voluntarily self-deported.
Where did DHS say that?
And the DHS said that, let's see, this is in a Fox News report.
No, give me where DHS said this, dude. I don't need the news agency who's been sued freaking over a dozen times for lying. Can you give me fucking something for real?
Yeah, just a second. I'm on the Fox News thing right now, so I'll just try and find the actual thing right now. I mean, is your problem with Fox News quoting them is that it's false or what?
Oh, I don't believe anything that comes out of Kristi Noem's mouth, and that's where this number is coming from, to be completely honest with you. But
okay,
considering right here, like ProPublica says there has been as many as 25,000. We have migrationpolicy.org saying that as of June 18th, there was 5,000 people.
5,000 people. What?
Yeah, here's an entire freaking CBS News article, right? That literally just says that everything that Kristi Noem says is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Maybe, but CBS, you have to admit, is left wing as well.
How is CBS left wing? This is not an opinion piece, sir. This is a data driven piece.
I mean, no, because the Fox News
and it's quoting Pew Research Center, which is completely unbiased.
And Fox News is quoting DHS, which I would say
is incredibly biased.
And the Pew Research Center is left wing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So anybody who provides actual data is left wing. Copy.
No, but that's sort of like, I can flip the argument around, and I could say that anything that you disagree with must be right wing.
No,
right?
Kristi Noem has been proven to be a liar, and Pew Research's data has been proven to be factual.
Where has Pew Research been proven to be factual?
Because they are fact-checked by literally every investigative agency across the planet, and they have found to be one of the most reliable sources of data on the planet. Kristi Noem, okay, is better at taking photo ops, okay, and having her makeup done around freaking Alligator Alcatraz or lying about Kilmore Abrego Garcia than she is about actually giving any type of data. See, this is what happens when your administration just lies all the fucking time. Okay? When your administration just lies all the fucking time, then I have no reason to believe when your administration says anything. And now I have to back that data up by other things. Right? Like and this is not a right wing or a left wing thing whatsoever. Donald Trump and his administration lie consistently. Okay? They lie all the fucking time. All right. So therefore, I cannot believe anything they say because it's all lies. Right. And it's not like easy lies. It's not like oh, there's like, oh, I'm being a left winger. There's some lies like bro. They said that like just recently, like what do you want to talk about? Like, oh, talking about trade deals that haven't happened, or about acetaminophen causing autism, or now circumcisions apparently causing autism. Okay. Like fucking saying that he created everlasting peace in the Middle East, okay, because of a ceasefire that hasn't even barely made it through one. Saying he freaking solved 7 wars when half of them weren't even wars, and the other half he didn't have anything to do with. Like literally, the entire Epstein files. Like, dude, I'm sorry, you have to do a better job. Like, you're gonna the Donald Trump administration has shown, okay, that they have no reason to be trusted. So I'm sorry if you're going to just quote Kristi Noem. I'm pretty sure Kristi Noem would tell you that they've deported 6 billion migrants if she thought you would believe it.
No, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, all of those are good points, and like I really appreciate all. Like, it's so cool being able to talk to somebody. I'm in Alabama right now, and there's not really like the most left wing people here.
Well,
So,
I'm
yeah, no, I
unfortunately
really
way too
appreciate
close to
that.
Alabama, so I understand that. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next caller. Hope you have a good day. All right.
Yeah, you as well. Thanks for taking the call.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. If you guys would like to support the live, I do have super chats open, super stickers, all that fun stuff. So if you'd like to support, it really does help to keep going live keep the live going every single day. I really appreciate you. Also, I like to throw up the comments in between callers, and I have a lot of fun with that. Oh, just like Ice Cream just sent one, said Media Bias website rates Pew Research Center as very factual and least bias. Can we get big W's in the chat for Ice Cream for the first super chat of the day? This is kind of like I'm almost an hour in. First super chat of the day. That's pretty wild. That took a little longer than usual, but that's okay. I'm cool with it because at least we got a really, really good one. So that's really important. Big W's in chat for Ice Cream for that media bias check on there. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate you. We do this every single day but Fridays. So thank you so much for being here. We're gonna move on to the next caller and keep this thing going. All right. Oh, as soon as I turn on my phone lines again. There we go. Now they're back on. Hello, how are you?
Yo,
Hello, how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How old are you?
Shit. I had some shit I wanted to say.
Cool. Is one of them, how old are you?
25.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Actually, I don't.
Okay, man. Well, I'm actually only looking for people that support Trump right now, but I hope you have a good day, all right?
All right, man.
All right, later. Sorry, I think we're all off today because I had to show up late because my cameras are all messed up. We're going to have to get this thing going again. Your other page isn't up? What are you talking about? I'm live across a whole bunch of places right now. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
40.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes and no, but yet more yes than no.
Awesome. Why?
Because I believe that the things that the right side stands for, I can stomach more than the left side.
Like fascism?
I don't. No. I'm not a big fascism guy, and I think that like when we start talking about words like fascism and racism, we put those into characterizations of like one thing, and because someone says that, it stays forever. Like, I mean, I read Joe Biden's or Jake Tapper's book on Joe Biden. The same things you said about like this Donald Trump's presidency can't be trusted. Like, who would say the same thing about Joe Biden? Like, there's almost nothing about Joe Biden's presidency that can be trusted.
Sure, there's tons of it.
Things? Who put what?
There's tons of things about Joe Biden's presidency that can be trusted.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Trump.
Like what? What can I trust?
That Trump said he was going to fix immigration, and he put money into it.
Donald Trump caused immigration and stopped money from going to it.
Also, he said he was going to move the capital to Israel, and
he never ran on that. He just did it.
He never ran on that.
He did not He did not move on moving. Run on moving the capital. No, he did not.
100 to Israel.
In Israel,
I'll donate I will donate $500 to you right now if you can show he 100% ran on that. And I'm not like a diehard Trumper.
Hold on, sir. So you want me to show that Donald Trump didn't say something?
Never ran that he was going to move to the embassy to Israel.
Yeah, sir. Again, I can't show you that he didn't say something because the only way for you to do that would be me to show every single time he said something while it's running in order to show that he didn't say something. You can't prove a negative.
You made the claim that he never ran on that.
He didn't.
Therefore, I'm asking you to. Okay, then prove that.
Sir, are you familiar with being able to prove a negative?
Yes.
Okay, if you are familiar with that, then you know it's impossible.
It's impossible to show that Trump never ran on. Okay.
It's
so,
it's impossible to sir. In order for me to show that Donald Trump didn't run on something, then I would have to show every single thing that he ran on. Okay, and even then, you could just say it was another thing I missed.
No, I would not, because but you're making the exact same claim, and this is why, like, I love politics and I can't.
This is
stand it
why I
because
hate politics, honestly.
Yeah, no, because if we're so, like, I lean, like, I'm a Republican in Indiana who is Medicare for all, pro-choice. Like, I fall in a lot of things that are, like, very middle of the road, and I have the same hypocrisy on the left as the right typically.
So do
But
I.
I did not vote for
Hold
Donald
on, hold
Trump
on.
at 16.
So do I. I have just as much
But
hypocrisy for the Democrats as I do for the Republicans, and I freaking condemn the Democrats all the fucking time. But just making a fucking baseless claim that Donald Trump ran on something that he simply didn't fucking run on is a joke. Okay, he didn't run on that. Okay, and I'm not talking about Joe Biden, like Donald Trump versus somebody. They're like literally fact checkers have taken every single word Donald Trump said, and they found that he had over 30,000 confirmed lies or misleading statements in his first term. That's over 20 a day. Donald Trump was averaging 20 lies or misleading statements a day his first term. A day. Okay. Can you please tell me what Joe Biden was lying about?
What Joe Biden's entire administration lied to the American public when he ran second term, said that he was fit for office.
Cool. That's not Joe
They
Biden
lied.
lying. What did Joe Biden lie about? That was my question.
Joe Biden's, I mean, so you're talking about Joe Biden specifically,
Yes.
not just his camp of saying that.
What did Joe? You
we're
said
gonna-
you couldn't believe anything that came out of the Biden administration. Can you please tell me one thing Joe Biden lied about? I can name probably 3 things Donald Trump's lied about this week. Okay,
Oh,
and that's
Trump lies
and that's
about
not
everything
and that's
every
not
day.
even fact checking.
Yeah.
So can you
Like,
please name
no,
over
I can't.
4 years one thing that Joe Biden lied about?
The jobs report.
The jobs
He
report.
stood on the jobs
So-
report, and the jobs
so-
report was wrong.
So
Also,
hold on.
go
So
ahead.
Joe Biden, who does not affect the jobs report whatsoever and has no ability to control something, read something, okay, from a reputable source, and that means he lied about it. So if I read the jobs report numbers right now that come from the Trump administration, okay, and they're wrong, then I'm lying.
No, he misled about those things. He misled about the
No.
jobs report.
Okay, so if I read you exactly what the jobs report says right now, and it turns out to be wrong in a month, I'm lying. I'm misleading you.
No, but if you're commenting on that and your people are part of that, the same way, like, I think that the jobs report always being wrong, like hundreds of thousands of jobs a month being wrong, and then lying about the stability of the economy,
That's
or
not
lying
how,
about COVID vaccine,
no,
or lying
you
about,
don't.
like, his
you don't-
administration
No,
did those.
sir,
Like,
that's
yeah,
you haven't shown that Joe Biden lied about anything. You're showing that he trusted the jobs report. And if you knew how they calculated the jobs report, you would know that the numbers are ever changing. That is the entire point of the job creation reports, is that the more months that they go on since they actually release the numbers, the more accurate they get. They are supposed to change. Okay? They're supposed
did
to
Joe
change.
Biden lie about the effectiveness of the COVID vaccine?
Joe Biden reported what scientists were saying about the effectiveness of the COVID vaccine.
Oh, so is that lying?
No.
You can't. So you're saying the same thing. I can't prove it. And by the way, if
Sir.
you search right now,
Okay.
did Trump run on? Did
Let
Trump
me
run on?
no,
moving
sir,
that?
sir, please
There
stop.
are
See,
like
please,
5 different things
maybe if you
immediately.
concentrated on what you're talking about right now, you'd be doing a better job. Okay, if right now, okay, let's see, penicillin, okay, is considered safe by the medical community. All right, and I tell you that penicillin is safe is safe according to the medical community, but next week we find out it's not. Is that me lying?
No, but the same thing. You can't prove that what he did not know. You're saying that he didn't know that at all.
And you can't prove
Like,
he
it's
did
shown
know
that
it, and
people-
that's what you have to
No, but
have in
people
order
in
to
his
prove.
administration-
You have to prove that he knew it in order for it to be a lie. It can't be a
No, that's
lie if you don't know it.
See, this is the argument. Like, you speak in generalities, and by the way, you would have
Oh, I'm
lost
shipping
$500 because
so specific,
look
sir.
at this,
I don't care about your
Donald Trump-
fucking $500, sir.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
care about your fucking
Dang. Why do you get
$500.
so
Okay,
hostile? Like,
I'm not
it's a
hostile.
normal-
Get
it's
your
a good
big boy panties
conversation.
on, sweetheart.
They're on. They're on.
All
They're
right.
on.
Well, then how about you keep them on and stop whining? Okay. Please name
See,
to
this
me
is what you do,
one
you distract.
thing that Biden lied about. This is not a difficult conversation to have, and you are failing miserably.
I got you.
Sure.
That he would not pardon his son.
There you go. You got one.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Good.
He never
So
lied.
we have
Tell
one
me
for
the
Joe
one-
Biden,
okay.
30,000 for Donald
No.
Trump.
No,
Perfect.
But I've
We're doing
acknowledged
great,
that Trump
guys.
lied. No,
We're
see,
doing
this is
great.
What you do.
We're
This
doing
is what
great.
you do when you get proven. Oh, you put your big boy panties on. No, how about
No,
this?
I said to
You
name
stop
one. You
living in a
did. That's not
little
me being
basement.
proven wrong. I'm pretty sure you can name a few of them. You
Yeah,
think Biden
yeah,
was
and I-
perfect?
but-
You think that I believe
No,
that Joe Biden didn't
no,
lie his whole
no.
term?
No. See, this is not.
Hold
not
on.
what you said. This is-
Do you believe that I thought that Joe Biden didn't lie his whole term?
If you say it slower, it will not impact it.
It's a yes or no question, sir.
No, I've answered it 5 times.
No,
already.
you haven't.
This is
The question
yeah.
was, did you think that I thought that Biden didn't lie his whole term?
When did I ever say that? And
Okay,
no, I
then
did
why
not.
are you
No,
saying
don't
that I
think
got caught because you said a lie? I could probably name 3 more off the
Because
top of
you
my
said-
head.
Name it. You can't name one. And literally,
Off
I
the
just
top of
named it
my
because
head?
You got one. You got 30,000
Sure,
versus 1.
I will take
This
it
is the
that
problem.
sure.
Like,
Sure.
that
do you want me to
that-
name them or no?
no, I will. Fully
Okay, well, you
believe-
asked me to name them, so I was going to
acknowledge-
name them, but I guess you don't want me to anymore, sir. I have no
I
problem
acknowledge
admitting that
that
Joe Biden lied a few times.
I don't have
okay, every president
Not
has.
one problem have I had. Not one problem have I said the same thing about Donald Trump. There are certain things I can't stand about Donald Trump. Like there are
Like
things
he's a fascist?
I cannot stand. I'm not going to go in that space because that's such a stupid realm.
No,
of
it's
what
not.
people go and we use the terms of fascism and racism. Everybody's a little bit of all those things.
No,
Everybody
we're
has
not.
a little bit.
I am
of
0% fascist.
Do you think you're 0% racist?
Yes.
No, it's like acknowledging color is one thing. Like this is the problem. Like,
Sir, why
you're
are we
getting in the
switching to
weeds of something-
racist? We're not. Why do you keep bringing up racism?
Because when
You're the only person
that's
that's brought up racism. I brought up fascism. I don't know why you keep saying racism.
Because when you start lumping racism and fascism and those things all together, that's the typical
I'm not
thing
lumping them
that
together.
people
You're
go
lumping
Trump
them
for.
together. I'm making an example of one. You're lumping them together.
Okay, so those are typically lumped together. So when we say those are spoken in generalities, very hard that we can't prove that nobody has any of those.
Donald Trump was proven in
not gonna
court to be
run on Trump.
racist.
What?
Donald Trump was proven in court to be racist. He literally lost lawsuits for being racist. Like, I know
What
you're saying that
lawsuits?
you
Yeah,
can't
for-
prove it.
yeah,
I
no.
know you're saying that you
No.
can't prove it, but literally, if you get sued for being a racist and you lose multiple times, I think
Okay,
that's
so
about as
what
close
we're-
to proving it as you can get.
So you're talking about in New York where he was deemed to. There was a group of people that were not treating minorities with the same by allowing them to rent because of what had been deemed more risky tenants. Correct, back in the 80s.
You're saying a whole bunch of words to say Donald Trump wouldn't rent to black people. That's one of them.
No, it's not that. It's that they prioritize
That's one of them.
black people. 19,000 different people were proven to do that.
Cool,
as
sir.
Part of what people were.
That's
Yeah,
one.
I'm not. If you think that I'm gonna die on the hill that he's a good person, like it's not going to happen.
Sir, you're the one that keeps bringing up racism. Okay, I never brought up racism. Okay, you for some reason keep bringing it up. Okay,
No, you said
you're starting
because
to make
he's
it feel like you really. It's starting to make it feel like you really want to talk about racism for some reason. I don't know why, because I
No,
haven't brought up
no,
racism
it's-
one time.
You just brought it back up in when you get proven to be racist.
He was, and again, that's just one
yeah, see,
of many.
yeah. This is the problem. You're clickbait instead of like having a normal discussion. Like you and I
No,
are
sir,
probably
you
more
refuse to
thinner.
have a normal discussion because you refuse
How
to
am I-
address any of the things that I say. I keep saying Donald Trump is a fucking fascist, and you keep saying racist. I don't know why. I didn't bring up racism. I don't even know what the two have to do with each other. Okay, don't
The
even know.
funny thing is
Don't
you
even
said-
know what the
you
two
said-
have to do with
you-
each other. Okay,
you
you're the one who
said-
keeps bringing it
oh,
up.
God, yes, sir. No, you say that you can't do this and you can't. Well, prove where he lied about something, and then when you do it, you say that.
No, I didn't say prove that he lied to me about something. I said tell me one time that he lied about something.
Which would also be the same thing as prove the one time.
No, it's not. Again, I can name multiple things that Joe Biden lied about. Okay, what I wanted you to do is struggle, which you did. Okay, the entire point is not that you couldn't find one; it's that you had to struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle to be able to find something that Joe Biden lied about. Where Donald Trump does it literally every time he logs into his Truth Social. Don't even know why he still has that thing. It's pretty fucking crazy. Okay,
so let's ask this. What are things that Joe Biden ran on in 2020 that he did not accomplish?
Student loan forgiveness.
He did that, but
he actually wanted to do broad, sweeping student loan forgiveness, and he was actually stopped by the Supreme Court and wasn't able to do that. So there's one thing that he ran on that he wasn't able to accomplish.
Yeah, but he was able to accomplish it. He was shut down by the courts, which is what that should happen. But he still did the right thing. If he ran on that. Just because
sir, you said what did he? You said what did he run on that he wasn't able to accomplish? I named a thing.
He still accomplished.
Hold on. So just to be clear here, you asked me to name one thing that Biden ran on that he didn't accomplish. I named a thing, and now you're arguing with me about that he did accomplish it.
No, I think that he got that accomplished. Not to the event that he probably wanted to, but like.
Well, all right. Well, I guess he did great.
No, but that's the thing. I'm not. There are things I can't stand about him too. But so what other things would you have liked to see him get accomplished that he did not accomplish?
I would have liked to have seen his border bills get passed.
But what specifically did he fault there?
Did he fault there? He didn't. Congress failed us.
I would disagree. But Congress hasn't done a job for probably the last 20 years. That's why the presidential powers have been expanded by so many people. But Joe Biden could have done more with that than what he did. And he would even
sure, but it wouldn't fix the problem.
So does Kamala Harris.
I agree with that, but that doesn't fix the problem. Just like the problem's not fixed right now.
No, but I don't think you're going to sweeping change of these things will never happen because the two sides are polar opposite. Like
we had 95.
Joe
Biden had 95% freaking approval rating for his immigration bill that would have completely transformed our immigration system in 2023.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, Senator Langford bill. Yeah, Langford bill. Yeah, I can even pull up the HR if I really need to. If you really need it that bad.
Will you pull it up and show where it was 95%? Because I would love to see it. Like I'm not.
Yeah, that's super simple. Do you know who the 5 people actually were that went against it? It was 43-61. They were actually Democrats. Funny enough. Yeah.
So I would love to see healthcare get fixed. As a Republican, both sides have had it, but no one. I don't believe that anyone in Congress. I don't want to say anyone. A large portion of Congress doesn't do their job because they're worried about being elected. And I think that we're so bad at the top of the ticket on both sides, whether it be the president, high-level senators, except for governors. I think that none of those people legislate.
No, that's not true.
Even do anything.
The reason why healthcare isn't fixed is because Republicans block it. Period. Point blank. And why do they block it? Because they get kickbacks from the insurance companies and freaking lobbyists in order that pay for their campaigns, so that they literally freaking monetize freaking people dying.
Why didn't Joe Biden pass it?
I don't know.
Didn't he have everything?
Probably because he had a lot more to worry about, considering the fact that our economy was in the dumps from COVID.
No, hold on. Those two things are not the same.
Yes, sir.
So you said the reason we don't pass health care. And by the way, both sides are wrong on this. The reason why I pass health care is because Republicans take kickbacks. Do you know who's? I mean,
yeah, they've been doing that for a long time, not just under the Biden administration.
Yeah, so both sides do that too. Like I will never.
Not when it comes to health care.
Really?
Yes.
Have you ever seen who sits on the lobbyist?
There's a lot of them, and I'm not saying Democrats don't take money. I'm saying when it comes to fixing health care, it's Republicans.
But you said that Democrats don't take kickbacks.
I didn't. I said Democrats don't take kickbacks that are stopping us from getting health care.
So Democrats take kickbacks, but not to stop us from getting health care.
Right, because that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about kickbacks. We're talking about health care.
Yeah. So why didn't when Joe Biden had it? Why didn't he pass?
You know, Joe Biden never had a supermajority, right?
Correct.
So how could he have passed it?
Was it ever brought up?
No,
Outside of
sir, Donald Trump was in politics for a really long time. Okay, like really fucking long time. Okay, and we were in the largest economic disaster since the freaking recession of 2008 and the housing bubble burst. Do you really think Donald Trump really wanted to push a bunch of legislation that he know would get shot down in Congress because we didn't have the support because Republicans always shoot it down and waste our fucking time when we were literally trying to recover an economy?
you said Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Joe Biden.
You said Trump. You said Trump both times. Sorry, I was confused with that.
All right.
So the COVID not handled great by Donald Trump, but not handled probably the same or not worse by the Biden administration.
Well, I mean, if you want to say it's
we-
worse, that's fine. But we
that's it.
recovered economically faster than any industrialized nation on the planet. So
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you can say that, and you can say Donald Trump lost those jobs too at the same time. Like those are
no, I'm not talking
those
about the
are
jobs
things
he
that have happened.
lost. I'm talking about the recovery of our economy, not just
Yeah,
job
but
loss.
Yes, but the recovery of an economy of something that happened outside of the norm has happened twice in the past 100 years, and it almost always climbs back at the same rate that did. And I'm not disagreeing that Biden had a hand in some of those things, but his handling of COVID and the vaccine and mandates and how people were required to take that was a disaster. Fauci
And who did he mandate vaccines for?
Healthcare officials.
He mandated that federal funding was going to healthcare, that they would have to get a
Yeah, so
vaccine.
that's-
But again,
that's
nobody
the
was
same
held
thing
down to
as
get a
saying-
vaccine.
Control-
They still weren't
No, but
mandated to get a
controlling federal
vaccine.
funding is the same. Controlling federal funding is the same thing.
No, it's not.
Donald Trump, I mean, yes, it is.
No,
Controlling
mandating a
federal
vaccine
funding-
is saying that everybody must get the vaccine and you're forced to get it. Nobody was forced to get it. You were just forced to get it if you wanted to work in a healthcare system in which not getting the vaccine
or the government
or the government but especially in the healthcare sector, because that's just the way things are, because they wanted to make sure it was less communicable.
Hold on. That's not true, because you're saying that's the way things are. I'm married to a pediatric allergist who literally has this and is a diehard Democrat. So you're wrong there, because
I'm
that
wrong
is
what?
not the case.
How is
You're
it not?
wrong
How is it
that-
not the
that
case?
You said this is how
How
it's
is it-
handled in healthcare. It is not.
I'm not saying how it's
It is
handled in
not handled
healthcare.
like that.
I'm saying
said-
that
you said
I'm
they
saying
have
that
to
you
do
didn't
the
have to
same
work
thing.
for.
No,
I'm saying that you
time
didn't have to
out.
work.
You
No,
said they had to
no.
get a-
Sir,
they had to get a
sir,
vaccine
sir,
for one
sir,
of those
sir,
healthcare.
sir,
Yes,
sir,
you just
sir,
said-
sir,
you
sir,
did.
sir, sir,
You
sir,
did.
sir, sir,
Oh.
sir, sir. Jesus Christ, can you be quiet?
You're just wrong. It's okay. Just say
Sure,
you're wrong.
whatever. I don't
Okay.
mind
It's
being
okay.
wrong, sir. Okay, now will you shut up?
Okay, that's fair.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. What I said was, sir, nobody was held down and forced to get a vaccine. Okay? Nobody. 0 people were forced to get this vaccine. You were forced to get it if you wanted to keep your job in certain sectors like healthcare that received federal funding, which is no different from any other work requirement that you have to keep your job. Okay? And if you don't want to do that work requirement in order to have that job, okay, then the job has no requirement to keep you. That is the difference between being mandated on a vaccine and having a work requirement for the vaccine. And Joe Biden is the boss of the people in the federal government, so he can mandate what the requirements for those jobs are. That's what I was saying while you were trying to yell that I was wrong.
I would here's the issue on that too, is that, so I'll give you, for my daughter is allergic to the mRNA technology. My daughter gets all the vaccines. When she gets one of them and uses the mRNA technology, her platelet count drops historically low and had to go there. So without research and things like that, my daughter had to go to Riley's Children's Hospital for 13 weeks, give blood, run tests. When we were mandating people do this without requirements, that him being the leader of those people jeopardized people's lives, jeopardized their futures without proper vetting of it. And it
Cool,
was pushed
sir.
through. Cool.
Yeah, again, I'm not trying to make an argument that Biden was the best president in the fucking planet. I can't even say for sure that he made a good decision on there. I know very much so that it's a lot easier to criticize his decision afterwards, not when you're in the middle of it. Okay,
Withholding
and it's a
federal
lot.
funding is
Well,
forcing people.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then you support somebody who is literally forcing people to not have free speech. But regardless of that, okay, I don't really give a
Where's
fuck
Trump
about
doing that?
Biden. Oh, he's
God,
withholding
here we
funding
go.
from
He
colleges
gets
that don't
so
say what he
hostile,
wants.
like, why can't
Sir,
why do you get
please,
so hostile in a
please,
normal
please,
conversation?
please, sir.
Like, what
If
do you
you'd
do
like
for
me
a
to,
day
sir,
job? Like,
if
I
you'd
just
like
don't
me,
understand. Like,
sir,
I can't understand why
sir, if you'd like me to get
It's
hostile,
wild.
I can show you hostile. That's not a problem.
Oh, do it over the phone. I'm sure it'll be terrible.
I can, okay, because this is very
Oh, God,
calm
it'd be
for me.
great.
I'm sorry
Yeah, I
that
know.
your fifis get hurt, but truthfully, I am not being hostile. You need to grow up.
Okay, you're right. I'm trying to have a normal conversation.
I am
You're the
having
one
a
that
normal
keeps-
conversation. Again, I am sorry that your fifis are hurt.
My what are hurt?
Your fifis, you're in your feelings and they're hurt.
my
Okay.
my feelings are not hurt. I enjoy the conversation.
Really?
Like-
Because I'm enjoying this conversation and I'm having it in a very normal tone. It would be a lot easier to have it if you'd stop whining about it.
Oh, okay. We can
Cool. Thanks, Snowflake. Appreciate you. Anywho, okay. I'm not here to defend Biden. I really couldn't give a shit. Okay. Biden did some good things. He did some bad things. All right. He made some good decisions and he made some bad decisions, like most presidents do. Okay. Most presidents don't do everything right, and most presidents don't do everything wrong. All right. Pretty simple, right? Republican or Democrat. You support the guy, okay, who, like you just under your own admission, says that withholding funding is forcing people. Donald Trump is currently withholding research grants from colleges because they're too left for him. Donald Trump is threatening news organizations or in television organizations if they don't have people say what they want. Donald Trump is literally using the federal power and federal government to stop your First Amendment rights and the First Amendment rights of people all across the United States, and you still support him.
Can I speak real quick?
Sure.
There's two of those things. So you're saying he's withholding grants to left-wing colleges if they don't do that, correct?
I'm saying that Donald Trump is threatening that if colleges don't do what he wants them to do and say the things that he wants them to say, then he is withholding their funding.
So where are you saying? Where does it say saying the things that he once said?
In the
Where
agreements
is that
that
coming
are
from?
that he's sending to colleges. Hire more
Okay, so
right-wing
he-
staff, say more right-wing things, kick people off campus that say things I don't like, freaking get rid of student visas for people saying
And
things
then-
that I don't like.
I get that. And then you're saying that the second part of that was that he was withholding. I'm sorry. I'm trying to take down notes. The second part of what you said, that he was the First Amendment rights.
That
the-
is
with
against
media-
First
with
Amendment
media
rights.
organizations. Yeah, but he's not holding a gun to someone's head, right? He's just withholding funding. The same way that you just used that Biden didn't actually force people to get the
Oh,
mandate, the vaccine.
gotcha.
He
So
actually
when
used.
when you
time out.
just
He's-
said
hold on,
the
let me- no, no,
words,
hold on. Hey,
you
Snowflake,
just
chill out. Hold on,
said
Snowflake. Let me
the
finish real quick.
words,
Hold on, Snowflake.
withholding
Get out your
money
feces real
is
quick.
forcing.
Hold on.
You see how quick
Get out
he
your
switched
feces.
up?
Get out your
Did
feces.
you hear how
Look
quick he switched
look how
up?
bad you got.
Did you see how quick he switched up? Do you see that?
God.
A second
No,
ago, if you're
I'm saying
withholding
the
funding,
same
it's
thing. No.
forcing. But now when it's Donald
I'm
Trump,
saying the same
withholding isn't forcing anymore.
No.
Go ahead.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I said, so you're telling me he didn't hold it. He's not forcing them by your standard. That's not mine. That's the standard you set 5 minutes ago, correct?
Sir, I literally said according to your standard.
I'm asking.
I
no,
am
I'm just
saying
asking-
according to
No,
your
I'm not- hold on, can I-
standard. The entire
you're
reason
the
for
one
me,
that said-
sir, the entire
Oh,
reason
God.
for
You
me
just
saying
got
that statement.
caught, and now you're fucking
No,
good circle.
why
I
don't
love
you
the
listen,
circle. Keep
sweetheart?
talking. Keep
Hey,
going on a circle.
the
No,
reason why
you're
I
cutting
said
me
that,
off.
the reason why I said that is because you said withholding funding is forcing. I didn't say I believe that. I said you just said that withholding funding is forcing. So therefore, Donald Trump is forcing these colleges because they're withholding funding. I am using your logic.
No,
Not my
I said
logic,
because-
your
he didn't hold it-
logic.
He didn't force anyone to go do it. He's holding withholding
You
funding.
literally
You
are
said the
using,
same thing.
you are literally
No, you said
upset
Joe-
that your
you said
own
Joe
logic
Biden.
is stupid.
You said Joe Biden didn't force anyone. You said
You are
Joe Biden didn't
literally,
force
you
anyone to
are
do it.
literally
You're wrong. This is-
angry right now.
look, this is how
You
you
are
get caught up.
literally
I'm-
angry right now that
I
your
couldn't be
own
happier.
logic is stupid.
I couldn't be happier.
You are
I
literally
promise
upset
you.
right now because your own
you're
logic is
talking-
stupid.
You're the go back and look at this, and you'll learn from it, so you don't get owned next time. It's okay.
Sir, I do,
It literally is fine.
sir. If you know what I've learned
You-
in the 2 years I've done this,
Yes.
if you have to tell someone they got owned, then you didn't own them.
Oh, I said go back and watch it so you don't.
So you see how you don't get owned again. I'm so
Oh,
great,
gosh.
sir. You
No,
said,
here's the thing.
sir, listen. No,
What did I say?
shh.
Oh, go ahead. All right, go. I'll listen.
You said withholding funding is forcing. You said that. I never once said I agreed with you. Never once said I believed that. Never once even mentioned any type of idea that says that I agreed with your stance. Okay. What I said was, according to your own stance, Donald Trump is forcing. Okay. I made it very clear that I was identifying it as your own rhetoric. I am no way saying that I agreed that Joe Biden was forcing, nor am I saying that Donald Trump is forcing. I'm saying according to your own logic, Donald Trump is forcing.
No, can I go now?
Now that you can
argued
clearly understand.
that you said that Joe Biden didn't force anyone to do that because the conversation started by me saying Joe Biden forced Phil. You said no, he never forced anyone to do those things. Never forced anyone.
Good job, I was there.
With this.
Good job, I was there.
And now you're saying that Donald Trump is forcing people to withhold funding, not
according
jobs.
to your
Funding.
logic.
No.
He is forcing people according to your logic. If you are making the positive claim, okay, that Joe Biden is forcing people by withholding funding, then I am saying that according to your logic, Donald Trump, according to your logic, sir, then according to your logic, Donald Trump is forcing people to say what he wants them to say. Do you not understand what I mean when I say by your logic? Or is that where you're? Is that where I'm losing you? Is this confusing? I've never had people confused by that.
Has Donald Trump sent that over in legislation or in writing that
yes.
Has he withheld that federal funding?
Yes.
Where has he withheld that federal
He withheld it from Harvard. He withheld it from Columbia, unless they agreed to his terms of these things on no uncertain conditions. Yes.
Are those public institutions?
No.
So what's he withholding?
Federal research grants.
Mm-hmm. Yes, research grants. Completely different than holding someone's job or their career. Or
how many people? Hold on. How many people work due to those research grants? How many people at these colleges are only able to work?
More than the federal government. I bet it's a lot more than the federal government and healthcare.
Gotcha.
I bet it's a lot more. You want to lose another 500? Because I'll gladly do it.
Yeah,
I'll gladly do it. I bet there are less people.
How his logic just falls apart right in front of him. Oh, how he digressed into no conversation skills. He is just melting in front of us.
No, this is the great part about debating someone when they have
This isn't a debate, sir. Debates require two people that know what they're talking about. That would mean I would participating and you are not.
No, that's great. Whatever helps you do this.
Phil, I want to remind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Phil, thank you so much for the $2. Said even federal workers were not required. They had alternatives in most cases. They could test daily. They could get exemptions. They could use temp radar, etc. Yeah, that is actually very true. There was lots of different ways that people could get around not getting the vaccine and still keep their jobs too.
There's lots of people
that's crazy. So I guess they weren't mandated. Right? Thank you so much, Phil. I completely appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Can Harvard change their standards then?
Sir, again, I still don't know what you don't understand about by your logic. I really don't understand why you are continuing to have me try to defend your logic. Okay, I'm not going to defend it because I'm not saying that it was forced. You are. You're saying that, not me. It's your logic. I'm not defending your logic. Just because you can't defend it doesn't mean it's my job to.
If you say it over and over again, it'll make it better.
Well, I was hoping that maybe it would hit one of those 3 brain cells that are overworking right now.
See, here's the problem. You talk about the
you are is it you? Are you the problem?
What?
You sound like the problem.
I have no problem having a conversation about what's like.
Really,
we
but you
can
can't understand
agree
the
that
simple
both-
phrase of
No, like,
according
you're
to
not
your
letting Jill
logic.
finish. No, I
By
know what
your
according to
logic.
your
We can't get
means.
past that
Yeah,
simple
by
statement.
your logic. I get
By
it.
your logic.
We're,
All
so
right,
we're,
cool.
We're hung up on this, where it's the same thing. Like those rhetorics used by both sides. The presidential powers have expanded, which causes Congress not to do their job. We stay in this state because of people creating further divide. Like I tell my Trump friends all the time, like Trump expanding these political powers is a nightmare because the person who gets it next that you don't like on the other side is dangerous. The same way that I think Trump's rhetoric, Trump's communication, I think those things are dangerous. There are very few things about that man that I like, and a lot I can't stand. But why I support him in certain aspects is because, and I wish he was more conservative on those things. I really do. Like I think in my state we do a voucher system that is completely left and should never stand for what Indiana does. I can't stand Mike Braun as my governor. Awful. I think Indiana should not have fallen on the abortion without funding, all that stuff. I agree with almost all of those things. Where I get lost is I thought Biden was a terrible candidate, not able to do his job. Joe Biden 20 years ago I would have voted for. Kamala Harris was a worse candidate than he was. Supporting Donald Trump is not something I do.
How was she worse than Biden?
I criticize him all the time. How is who?
How is Kamala Harris worse than Biden?
I think her leadership was horrendous.
Her leadership in what?
Her ability to get in front of people and lead was bad.
How?
And you saw that whenever she spoke in public. She's not.
I saw her speaking
she was
all the
not-
time. I never saw a problem with her whatsoever. Not any, definitely not freaking worse than Biden or Trump. Not even fucking close.
No, but she could never get more than 5% in the primary because people didn't like her in the debate set.
Neither could
Didn't
Donald
like
Trump
her.
until he did.
Pardon?
Neither could Donald Trump
went in the
until he
primary.
did.
Donald Trump crushed the primary.
In
Like, I never
2000
voted
when he
Trump
ran
in
for
the primary.
president?
No. In 2016. when
Oh,
Trump was
gotcha. So the
president.
first time we ran for president, we just ignore that. And then we'll move to the second time. But for Kamala Harris, the first time is super important and we can't worry about the second time.
She ran both times and couldn't beat it. Couldn't beat him. Couldn't beat
No,
Trump.
no,
and
but
she
sir,
couldn't
that
get out of the
wasn't your argument.
No, the leadership. I thought she struggled in the leadership capabilities. The same way that
Sir, what you
prove-
just don't think is women are good at leading. Because if you think for
No,
some
no,
reason
that-
for
that is
in any
100 no, no,
in
time out.
any
Time out,
fucking
time out, time out,
universe,
time out,
sir,
time out.
if
No,
you
no,
think
time
in
out, time
sir,
out, time
if
out.
you
No,
think
no,
in
I'm
sir,
not gonna allow you
if
to
you
say it to me.
think
Hold
in
on.
any
Hold on.
fucking
No,
universe,
no.
Kamala Harris
You're
was a
fucking
worse
crazy.
leader than either Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Either one. Okay, if you think Kamala Harris was somehow a worse leader than either of those two people, with all of the things that she has accomplished, okay, with all of the education, with all of the
What
things
has
that
she
she
accomplished? What has she accomplished? Give me her accomplishments.
she was a freaking graduated lawyer and a con.
Cat got your tongue? Cat got the tongue there?
No, I'm just laughing at how stupid you are.
Yeah, I know. Listen to you.
You should stop.
Hey,
You
my
should be
wife's the
quiet
CFO
now.
of a company. My wife's the CFO of a
All right, I'm muting you now. So Kamala Harris was an accomplished lawyer and district attorney, okay, who then also had a degree in economics, right? Who became the Attorney General of California, right? The largest and biggest economy in the United States, okay? And then turned around and became a senator, which you had to be voted on. Then became a vice president, the first woman vice president. Oh, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Then became a vice president on top of that, in which she helped pass instrumental bills like the largest infrastructure bill on the face of the planet. Things like the fucking PACT Act, which actually helped our veterans, which helps isolate us from chip manufacturing in Taiwan, okay? And helped reduce asylum seeking in the United States by over 50% from the Northern Triangle. And then became only the second woman in the history of the United States to be able to run for president. Okay? So can you please explain to me how
can I
after
speak
all
now?
that she's not accomplished?
I never said she wasn't accomplished.
Yes, you did. So can you please explain to
No,
me
I
after
asked
that
you
how
to
she
say-
was accomplished?
No, I asked you to tell me what she has accomplished.
I
didn't say
asked
she
you
wasn't
to tell me
accomplished.
how that wasn't accomplished. Thank you. I'll wait now. Appreciate you.
Here's where I think that she wasn't. I think that Joe Biden clipped her wings whenever he said he was.
Didn't ask about Joe Biden. I asked you to tell me how she
Hold on,
was
hold
not
on,
accomplished.
hold
No,
on.
I'm not interested in that. What you have to say
She-
right now, unless it's you telling me how that makes Kamala Harris not accomplished.
When she had to get votes from non-far left she struggled. And she struggled to communicate. And if you read
Gotcha.
in the book,
So
by Jake,
he thinks that she's
she
not
struggled. Hold on,
accomplished
time out,
because of
time
a
out, time out.
fucking popularity
Time out.
contest.
No,
This is
no,
what
I-
misogyny
you're-
looks like
you're
when you
not
try to
letting- no,
justify
this is-
it.
No,
Okay?
this is
what misogyny
happens
looks
when
like when you try to justify it. Okay.
See, like this is you can't just okay. Can I explain to you something real quick? I got like 2 seconds to like give it.
One,
quick
two.
without, like, being
I'm
done.
already over it.
Okay, so I was raised in a single parent household.
I do not
My-
care.
My mother. Okay, so when you call people misogynist,
I
and I have $2, and my wife is like, that's the problem.
Does
When I
proximity
make a
equal
claim that
distance?
You may disagree with. When I make a claim that you disagree with,
Does proximity
and
equal
I
distance?
empower women in every single day. And
Does
you make those
proximity
claims
equal
because
distance?
You and I are trying to have a conversation, but yet whenever all you want to do is say those things. Here's my
Does
thing.
proximity
I
equal
thought Harris
distance?
I thought Paris was a bad candidate.
Okay, cool.
because of-
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and
because of
explain
those
to you what
things.
I mean by that, since you obviously
No,
can't pick it up.
I know
Your
what you mean, but you're not letting
proximity
me finish
to
it.
women
You're so- no,
does not make
no.
you less misogynistic. Okay,
I know-
you
I know
having
what you're
daughters
saying,
and
but
a
you have
wife
no-
does not make you less misogynistic. Okay, you hiring women doesn't make you less misogynistic. Okay, it means you're
Yeah,
tokenizing.
You know nothing.
Okay.
No, it means
It
no,
means you're
doesn't. No,
tokenizing.
this is-
And the fact
wow,
that
this
you
is-
have the
see, this
need
is
to
why it's dangerous.
tokenize,
This
the
rhetoric,
fact that you
this
have
rhetoric.
the need, you need the ability to tokenize in order to
this is-
prove
this
your
is the rhetoric.
non-misogyny
This is
shows
stupid.
just exactly how
This
misogynistic
is-
you are.
No, it's not misogynistic. See, this is what's stupid. You have no clue who I am or what I've accomplished or anything in my life and what I stand
No,
for.
sir, I can only
So
know
when
you
you
by
make
your
these-
works,
when you-
which you are
yeah,
showing
when
on
you
this
make
live.
these-
If
when you make
all
these
I
dumb
need,
claims, when you
if
make
all I
these
need
dumb
is based
claims,
off
it's
of
like,
this
is so
live,
stupid.
okay, is to know.
No, like I thought Harris was a bad candidate. It doesn't mean I dislike women. It doesn't mean I do. I voted for.
Yeah, and
I
you've
helped
yet to
C.J.
show how
Crouch.
that's possible.
No, like
Yeah.
no, because every time I've said something like that, you're like, oh no, misogynistic, proximity equals distance. Like no, like that's the dumb things. Like when people like you have a platform and all they want to do is just gotcha. No, like, the
You
normal
should try crying about it,
conversation
dude.
thing-
You think that would help?
Yeah. Look at you, how like upset you've got. I haven't raised my tone. Like I've had a normal.
No, I just get tired
conversation. All
of
you've done is try to
apparently
provoke
grown
it.
men crying on my live. I have
No,
better
like-
things to do.
Like here's the thing.
Like
you have-
truthfully, I have
I have
so
no
many
idea,
better
like-
things to do than listen to you fucking cry.
I agree. And you're working right now because you're a less than average accomplished person
Mm-hmm.
who lives in less than
Oh,
average
listen to
house.
this. Can we get a bunch
who
of
just tries to bait
snowflakes and
people.
fucking baby
that's
bottles
great.
in the
I'll
chat for
get-
this caller?
I'll send
Can
you
I
my
get
address,
snowflakes and
whatever you
baby
want.
bottles in this chat for this
See,
caller who thinks I give a
this
fuck
is-
about what he thinks about
This
me?
is
Like
what-
his opinion in any way, shape, and form. Like that his opinion in any way, shape, and form changes who I am. Sir, you are just incredibly jealous of me. Okay? You're just incredibly jealous of me. Okay? Because I'm more intelligent than you are. I'm obviously better looking than you are. Okay? I can just tell that through your voice. All right? So you definitely like not even close, right? So you're just jealous of me and you're trying to put that out there to be like, oh, you're just below average and you're nothing. That's what jealousy sounds like, okay? That's what jealousy sounds like, all right? But since I actually want to actually have political conversations with people and not listen to you fucking whine anymore, I'm going to move on to the next caller, okay?
Are you a husband or a father?
Bye-bye now, all right, sweetheart?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That's yeah. I had a great time. I really did. Hope you did.
You're what's wrong with America. Get off my phone. All right. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You are the literal problem with the United States. Anyways, we're going to, y'all please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Don, thank you so much for the $2. Said free money for the confused and educated. I really appreciate that. B, I mean, they're theoretically not impossible. I don't even know what we were talking about on that, but that was funny. Really wants to know what's wrong with MAGA. Who fucking knows at this point? Don, couple more dollars for facts for Polly. I appreciate that. Rainbow with the dollar. Odd said he didn't switch up. You didn't let him finish. He didn't switch up. You didn't let him finish. Are you sundowning also? Did you think I couldn't read it the first? Oh, all right, man. Maybe you wanted to get it across twice. Maybe it's a stutter. I'm sorry. Sorry for making fun of your speech impediment. Jin, thank you so much for the $10. Says, guess you got dog walked. Hold this L. I really appreciate that. Really, in color is upset. V mandates for hospital staff that protected his daughter shouldn't have been enforced. Magic logic. I wasn't the only one that caught that. Holy shit. I thought about it and I forgot to say it because sometimes I'd be doing that on here and I forget to actually say it. He was literally getting mad that the people that were taking care of his daughter that couldn't get vaccinated had to get vaccinated to make sure that his daughter that is allergic to mRNA vaccines didn't get sick. That was literally what he was complaining about. Fucking crazy. Anyways, Jess, thank you so much for the $5. Says, thank you so much for that, brilliant. Just says, sir, okay, poly on MAGA violence. Yeah, I do that a lot. That's actually really true. Very, very true. Taro said, I'd love to tell you a joke about the number 288, but that's too gross. Is that a math joke? I'm pretty sure it's a math joke. I don't like it. All right. I don't like that I actually get it. All right. That's what's even worse. Thank you so much, Taro. Ted said internal critiques are hard. Politics with Matt. Yo, make sure you follow Matt. Matt's awesome. Matt does awesome debates. Make sure you follow him. Said maybe this guest should try using a mirror the next time he wants to debate his own logic. Yeah, he was a dog barking at a mirror, bro. Just, "Rah, rah, rah." I'm so mad about my own logic. Thank you so much, Matt. Baggins said next caller, please. We got there. And Megan says, caller is jelly as Polly, Polly as Polly's jelly of me. You're right. I'm so jealous of Megan. Can we get L's in the chat for Megan? Big L's in the chat for Megan. I really appreciate that. But W's in the chat for everybody else who sent super chats and donated. I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to one more caller. Depending on how long it is. One-ish. More callers. If you'd like to support the live, I do have super chats. Like you guys have seen, I like to talk about those in between callers. So I really, really appreciate you. And they do help to support the live, so it really, really means a lot to me. But please, more than anything, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I do have all my pay links in my bio also. They're all at Polypolitics, at Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. So if you'd like to support, that is also a great way to do it. Thank you. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 26.
No, I'm good. Hello, how are you?
How's it going?
It's going great. How old are you?
35.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Hold up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hello?
Hi.
Oh, my earbud fell. It's gone. It's gone. I'm at work. My bad.
It's all good. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
I
Oh, sorry. For the last one, I just like it was. I just hung up on the last guy because his voice sounded like it was gonna put me to sleep, and I just didn't want that yet, and so that's why I hung up. No other reason. Not you, the last guy. Yeah, that was no. He just sounded like he was gonna put me to sleep, and I didn't want that. So that's. I don't need a lot. Again, this is my live. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can just hang up on you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's actually
so
true.
so what's on your mind? Sorry, man.
I do respect your side of the business thing. You're right. It is your channel and it's your live. And actually, that's what I kind of cared about. I feel better. You have a good day.
What, dude? I was talking about the last guy, not about you. Oh, he got his feelings hurt. I wasn't talking about you, man. I was talking about the last guy. I'm sure you were a nice guy. That other guy just had one of those fucking voices, man. Dude, I wasn't talking about you. If you're still listening, just know I wasn't offended by you. He was just like, hello. Hi. It was just too slow, dude. It was a very, very slow voice. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
This is the same guy. You just sped up your voice a little bit.
Yeah, you hung up or for some reason. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you're the same guy. I didn't want to talk to you the first time. That's why I hung up on you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I hope you have a good night.
You too.
All right, man. I could tell he sped up his voice at the end. Like he was just like, did it. Yeah, I know. I heard a lot of people's fifis sometimes on these lives. It's fine. Sometimes fifis get hurt. It's okay. Who's this person? Somebody just jumped into my guest request box over here. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Hi. How old are you?
69.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
All right. What's on your
Do
mind?
you support Trump?
Yeah, big Trump supporter.
Yeah. Do you support gays? Huh? Question?
I almost just spit
don't
all
have
over my microphone. I was not ready. I was not ready at all. Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I do support gays.
good. That's good. Trump really likes them.
like really likes them.
Yeah, really likes them.
Is that why you support Trump?
That's why. Yes.
Okay. All right.
What's wrong with that?
I feel like there's wrong with all of this conversation. I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now, to be honest with you.
Well, you need to support Trump because he just saved the world from 8 wars.
He just saved the world from 8 wars. How do you do that?
With his political knowledge.
With
and
his
negotiation.
political knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Name the wars.
What's that?
Name the wars.
The wars of Gaza, Israel, Iraq, Iran, India, Pakistan, China, Houthis. He destroyed them all. He destroyed every one of them. ISIS. Isn't that wonderful? You're not happy about that?
I'm not sure you even. When was China at war?
China is at war now. We're at at war with them right now. We beat them with the tariffs. They're sending us billions of dollars a day in tariff.
Billions of dollars a day in tariff. So we were at war. So Donald Trump stopped the war, but also we're at war with China today. He both
We are.
stopped it and
Yes.
we're currently in it at the same time. That's how good Trump
Well,
is.
they're kind of chicken. They're chickening out now. They're afraid of him because he's so strong.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. So again, we're at war with them and also we beat them. Thank you, Trump.
Yeah, you need to thank him. I don't know why you wouldn't like somebody like that supports your rights as equal rights.
Who was Iraq at war with?
He saved TikTok for you, so you can make money on TikTok.
Who
How do
was
you think
Ira-
you're making money without?
YouTube.
How do you think he saved TikTok?
Who was Iraq at war with?
Iraq was at war with the American people.
Gotcha. So we've been in like a lot of wars. So we were at war with China. We're at war with Iraq. We're at war with
Right, and they were
Houthis.
they were throwing gays.
Is that like the Houthi and the Blowfish?
They were throwing.
So just let her cry. Let the tears fall down like rain.
How do you feel about that?
Sir, I don't know how to feel about anything that we're talking about except for, alcohol abuse, but
Do you have a topic do you want to discuss?
I was pretty cool just talking about Iraq.
Uh-huh, and Iran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Middle Eastern revels.
Yeah. All right, Grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you get back to the liquor cabinet, okay?
Okay. Do
All
you
right.
want?
All
Are
right.
you happy? Are you happy now that Trump
Oh, I'm
solved all
I'm
those problems?
so much happier after talking to you. Okay. I am I wasn't very I was having a pretty miserable day, and then I talked to you, and now it's so much better. Okay?
And now, are you going to support Trump again?
Oh, no. No, maybe once he solves our, war against, I don't know, Zimbabwe or something.
Oh, he will. Yeah, he's working
I'm
on
sure
the
he's got it.
Russian war.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about the
sure
Russian
he's
war?
got it. Yeah.
He's got that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's next.
What's next?
Are you tired?
Boots on the Moon 2026.
Are
That's
you
what I
tired?
always say. I say Boots on the Moon 2026. All right. So you keep that you save some whiskey for the rest of us. All right, Gramps. Have a good one. All right. Well, I guess we'll do one more guest. That one didn't exactly go the way that didn't go the way I planned at all, to be completely honest with you. I don't know what I had planned, but that wasn't it. Okay? So Eddie, thank you so much for the $2. That Gaza and Israel violated the ceasefire this morning. They sure as hell did. That didn't take long. Actually, lasted a little longer than I thought, to be honest with you. Lovely said I'll have whatever guest is having. I will also have whatever guest was having. You and I both can have that. Okay? We'll share. I'm sure we won't need much. All right? That was a whole bunch. He if he left us any, which is probably not possible. Gorilla says, why does this caller make me so uncomfortable, bro? Giving off Uncle Touchy vibes. I think that this comment goes very well with the next super chat I have, which is bro has been drinking in his shower for the last 4 hours. Okay, which probably is why he's giving off Uncle Touchy vibes. I'm guessing. That's just my guess. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. If you'd like to support, super chats are open. I really, really appreciate that. We're gonna move on to somebody else. I don't know. The people over there are not doing as well, so we're gonna see if we can get somebody else in here. Hello, how are you?
My bad. I didn't mean to request.
No worries, man.
Supporter.
No worries, man. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Uncle Touchy vibes is wild. That's freaking wild, dude. Guess I can open up the phone lines too. Well, I guess the phone is ringing now. It wasn't ringing, which is why I moved over here, but we'll open up the phone lines again. Hello? Hello, how are you?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
It's going great. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 36.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
About as much as I think the next actual American should. I guess that's probably the wrong wording of that. Honestly, I want to ask you your stance on the show. Like,
Well, sir,
all in all,
no,
I understand as a presidential candidate, I don't like the man's presumption, his mouth. He talks like he owns everything on the planet. But I do respect the power that he holds in terms of giving Americans, us, all of us, I guess, regardless of where you stand in political stance, I feel as though we've become a stronger backbone to what we were. I like to see that our currency is But,
literally
I
we're
mean,
in such a bad economic place that the Federal Reserve is having to lower interest rates just to try to spark our economy to do something.
So what would be your cure to that? Like, what would be your fix on it?
Yeah, the first thing would be to get
Because
rid
I'm
of
not sure
broad
how we
sweeping
could
tariffs.
fix.
That'd be a great start.
What's that?
Getting rid of
Sorry,
broad
that truck
sweeping
was
tariffs
crazy
would be a
loud.
great way to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly never really stood with the tariffs thing. We had things figured out when we backed our own currency with our value of metal, gold.
Bro, are you like in a wind tunnel or something?
I just left work, and I honestly had never actually gotten through to have one of these conversations with you. So I didn't want to hang up because I never really got the chance to have a conversation with you on your channel.
Yeah, man. Can you call
Yeah,
back and have? We
so-
can totally have a conversation when you're like not in Sharknado.
Okay, I apologize. I will
Yeah, no
try
worries,
next
man.
time.
Have a
Thank
good one. All right. Yeah, I could hear Tara Reid in the background. Trevor, thank you so much for the corgi. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Tara Reid. Isn't Tara Reid? Isn't that her name? Wasn't Tara Reid the one in Sharknado? Isn't her name? I couldn't remember. Anyways, phone lines are back open. We'll see if we get one more caller. I know I usually end right now. I was trying to end with one more caller, but it's not working out too well so far. But to be honest with you, I guess I'm not really surprised either. Like, it was just kind of it was kind of hard to even get started today. That was a really rough one. I'm going to give it 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, just got that call in, y'all. Hello, how are you?
Living the dream.
Awesome. How old are you?
46.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Absolutely, 100%.
Cool. What's on your mind?
Just I was actually in the queue waiting to be brought up on TikTok, and then you said, "Man, I'm just doing one more caller," so I decided to call. No, just wanted to let you guys know that well, one of the things you said that they had to lower interest rates to help out the economy. Is that right?
Yeah, the Fed chair just came out again today and said that they would probably have to lower interest rates again due to the bad job numbers in the United States.
Right, but that was the plan all along. That should have been done like back when the big beautiful bill was passed, within a week of that, and
Why?
we didn't do it. That's why Trump was saying too late.
Why would we have done it then?
Because those things go hand in hand.
So you're saying his job numbers were so bad back then that we should have started lowering it?
No, when the big beautiful bill was passed, all the experts that I heard said that, and even the correspondents, the journalists and all that stuff said that a lower in the interest rate goes hand in hand, or should be going hand in hand with the big beautiful bill.
Why?
But why?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I'm not the expert. I'm not an economic
okay.
expert, and neither
Well,
are you.
Sir, I didn't say I was an economic expert. I don't need to be an economic expert to know why the Fed is lowering or raising interest rates. You just have to, understand general economics. They're not having me calculate, cost of living
Right,
adjustments to the
making it
United
seem like-
States, right? So what I do know right
Right, you're
now,
making it seem
okay,
like
is that
that-
we had projected lowering of interest rates for I think 4 times this year, and then Donald Trump came in and put the tariffs, causing an instability of the market, causing job loss, causing a rise in unemployment rate, which then freaking paused the interest rate reduction because again you don't want to freaking raise interest or lower interest rates in an unstable market because you don't know what it will do. And then we got to a point where job creation had stagnated to a level where they needed a spark in the economy, so they lowered interest rates already once in order to do that. And it looks like they're going to do it again in order to respark the economy.
Wow, I watch Bloomberg quite often, and I've actually never ever heard that argument before. So, curious where you got that from.
Out of the
Because that's the
mouth
very first
of
time
the
I've heard
Federal
that.
Reserve.
Do you got a source on that?
Yes,
Like a link?
the Federal Reserve. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
A
press
link?
conference held with Jerome Powell and the governors of the Federal Reserve on the Federal Reserve Board, who specifically said that exact thing.
Okay. And when did he say it?
The latest one was earlier this week. The second one, the first one was when they dropped interest rates the first time, which I believe was about a month ago.
Okay. So you just said that they have been planning interest rate cuts for the last couple of years, right?
No, they had planned an interest rate cut of, I believe, 4 times last year. They only got to 2 of them, right? Because of, again, they weren't,
Right. And who
completely
was
sure about the
president at
market.
time?
And then they had projected 4 more this year. All right. But then Donald Trump came in and put the tariffs. So they paused those interest rates. They've already done 1 interest rate cut, and it looks like they are going to do another one because the first one didn't, get done what they needed to get done on it.
Right. So again, I'm not an economist, but I can tell you that 4 interest rate cuts in 1 year never happened before. Maybe the first 50 years of the country's founding, but to say, hey, we're going to plan for 4 cuts this year, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's never been done before. It's never going to be done. For the Fed chair or anybody to say, hey, folks, there's going to be 4 cuts this year. That's never happened, never will happen. You're lying.
Okay. So I'm lying, and so is the Federal Reserve.
Absolutely. Yes.
There
Actually, not
have
the Federal
been
Reserve. You're
multiple
lying.
years where there have been 4 or more interest cuts in a year by the Federal Reserve. For example, 2007, 2008, and 2023 both included 4 or more cuts. With
Right.
4
But what
cuts
was happening
happening
at
in
that time, and I think that
with 4 cuts happening in 2001 alone. Between 2007 and 2008, rates were
Right.
cut 10 times. With the final cut
Me-
coming in December of
what?
2008. And in 2019 and 2020, the Fed cut rates 3 times, then cut rates a 4th time in March 2020 in response to the COVID pandemic. So that whole thing about you saying that
Right.
it's a lie is a lie. They have done this multiple times throughout our history. So saying that is absolutely not true.
Right. So what happened in 2007, 2008?
Sir, are you going to address the fact that you said that there has never been 4 interest rate cuts in a year, and so that is never going to happen, so therefore that is a lie? That is what you said. That is completely false. How about you address that?
Okay. So let me look it up real quick. And
So
And while I
you
do
made
this,
a
you can
claim
look up,
like that you had no knowledge of, you didn't look at it before? All right, that's interesting. Bold move, Cotton. I
Right.
guess we saw
Yep.
how that worked out. Maybe do the
Right,
research
so-
first
so-
and then look it up, just out of curiosity, Just a
right,
suggestion.
Right, and I would pass. Right, and I would say the same to you, saying that the Fed chairman said that there was going to be 4 cuts that were coming in a year.
He did.
That is a lie, and you know it's a lie.
No, he didn't. No,
Prove
it's
it,
not.
and I'll give you $1,000 right
No,
now.
sir, I already proved the
Prove it,
last
and I'll
thing,
give you
which you were
$1,000.
not addressing, and I don't prove multiple
I swear to
things unless
God-
I don't prove multiple things unless you address
On
the
God,
first
I'll
thing I
give you
proved.
$1,000 right now.
Sir, no
But let me
offense.
verify you're claiming
First
it.
of all, I don't need your $1,000, and second of all, I don't believe you have $1,000. Okay, so how about we just bypass
you
with the whole "I'll give you $1,000" thing? Okay, and we'll just move on to you addressing what was your very obvious lie.
All right. So, has the Fed lowered or changed the interest rates?
Yes. Was there not more to that
in
question?
a single year? Nope. I'm fact checking right now, if you don't mind.
All right, while you fact check, Trevor, thank you so much for the corgi and the 1,000 jewels. I really, really appreciate that. Stratos, thank you so much for the jewels. Stratos also said, we're at war with science and ASD. I'm autistic. PO with DJT. Stay away from the Tylenol. All right, stay away from the Tylenol. It's just a rumor. I heard if you actually just take more Tylenol, that it actually goes away. or if you get uncircumcised, that gives you what you need to, to go back on the autism. That's just a rumor. It's just what I heard. Okay, so you gotta put the skin back on in order for it to work. And Erica, thank you so much. Hold on, real quick, bud. Erica said, I have several of my friends listening to you now. Told them you were my actual favorite and the only man I actually listened to. I don't want to put your actual name out there because I don't want to put your TikTok name because I don't want to associate it. But name keeps. She put her TikTok name. I didn't want to associate her real name with her TikTok name, so I didn't want to do that. But it said, name keeps weird sugar daddy scammers and most men away, which I find fucking hilarious. I find that really, really fucking hilarious. So thank you so much, Erica. I really, really appreciate the $10 over on Venmo. Awesome. Sorry, what you were looking up something?
Yeah. So all right. So I take that back. There has been 4 more in a single year. And I'll own that. But I know for a fact that the Fed chair, because when a Fed chairman or the Fed comes out and says, or even hints at the idea that they're going to cut rates or raise rates, it moves the market. So for you to say that he came out and said there's going to be 4 this year, I need proof on that.
Okay, but it did move the market.
Again, I need proof on that.
Sir,
because I'm calling BS. Because
sir, to
to
be completely honest with you, I could totally find that, but honestly, just to be completely honest with you, I could totally go do all of your research for you, sir. I could
prove it or it didn't happen.
All right, sir. Then that's fine. It didn't happen. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you need to say here, sweetheart. Doesn't bother me at all.
But no, it's just that you're wrong and you're lying to the people.
Yeah, totally nailed it.
I owned up to my mistake. It's time for you to do yours.
All right, cool. I'm not doing that, and I'm also not doing your research for you. So, I don't believe you have $1,000. Okay,
because you're a liar.
I don't believe that you have $1,000.
Because you're a liar, and you know you're a liar.
No, sir. No matter what you say about lying or not, I do not believe you have that.
You are lying.
Okay.
So I'm 46. I'm retired Army. I make more just off of my retirement and disability than you do, and then I make over $125,000 a year at the job that I'm at now. I bring in about $200,000 a year.
Sir, I do not care about any of this. Can you make a political point so I can move on with this conversation? I do not give a fuck how much you make.
Yeah. So big L for you. So yeah, let's move on to why you don't. What? No. Let's get off of Trump. So let me ask you this, because you didn't know what happened in 2007, 2008, and why those cuts took place, and you didn't know what happened in 2000. Well, I think everybody knows what happened in 2001. But the reason why I voted for Trump and fully support Trump is because I'm tired of Democrats and the Democrats and the Republicans seeing the American people only as a source of income and a vote every 2 to 4 or 6 years. Would you agree or disagree with that assessment of both parties?
No. And also, what does that have to do with supporting Trump?
Because when you slap me in the face and everybody basically across America, when you slap people down and you're not representing the people for either party, and you're a political insider, when somebody from the outside looks at both sides and says both of you are jacked up, who wouldn't support that?
Donald Trump isn't outside. He is the inside. He is the fucked up side. When I look at both sides and I see both are fucked up, Donald Trump is the epitome of what I'm talking about. He is
Right. So,
literally
quick question.
the fucked up part.
Right.
Yeah.
How
So
old are you?
I'm sorry, I wouldn't sit here and go like, oh, I'm gonna vote for the even more fucked up part because I think parts of the government are fucked up. Yeah, Donald Trump is that part. I don't
Well,
really
it can't
understand.
get any more fucked up than it was. It couldn't get any more fucked up than before Trump got there. I can
Yeah,
promise you
it
that.
it can and it is actually. It
It's
can.
a
It
whole lot
is.
better now. I can promise you that. Too.
And how is it better?
So
How is it
I'm
better?
curious. How old are you?
I'm 38. How is it better?
How old are you?
I just answered
Okay.
you.
So
How
you
is
know
it better?
What happened? How is it better? Because we're not getting into wars.
What wars were we in before Donald Trump
Right.
took office?
OF1, Iraq, Afghanistan. Of course, I understand Afghanistan, but Iraq. Do you agree with the Iraq War?
Donald Trump stopped the Iraq War. Anyways, no, I don't agree with that.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, I didn't say Donald Trump stop the Iraq War. Let's see if you can follow the conversation here. I know it's difficult for your little mind.
Oh, are we talking about
But no,
every
but-
war that we were in before Donald Trump? Yes. I also don't agree with Vietnam. Okay. I don't agree with the Korean
Right.
War.
Awesome.
I have
Awesome.
I had some
Awesome.
issues with our timing on World War II. You know, the War of 1812, kind of shady. You know what I'm saying? Kind of shady.
No, I'm
Big
talking-
fan of the U.S. Civil
No, I'm
War,
talking
or at least the
modern history.
beating
Modern
of
history.
of the Confederacy, all sorts of stuff. Revolutionary War. That was
Modern
was a
history.
good one. That was a good.
Right.
I do appreciate that one. I would have hated, like, British people don't season their food, and I'm real happy that we don't get into that. Are we just talking about every single war that happened
Let's
before
talk
Trump?
about modern time. Yep. So let's take the Iraq War. Right.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you know?
Sure.
Um,
Again, why are we
how
talking
many
about the
people have
Iraq
you
War?
seen blown up?
Why are we talking about the Iraq War?
Because you asked why I'm disgusted with both parties.
No, I asked you what wars were we in before Donald Trump took office? You know, like that we weren't in after Donald Trump took office.
What wars were we in before Trump took office?
Yeah, like you're saying Donald
That's
Trump,
your question.
you said Donald Trump, okay, stopped us from being in all these wars. I'm trying to figure out which war we were in prior, and then Donald Trump got in and we were no longer in at the end of it.
Well, the dealings with like Russia and the encroachment on Russia through NATO. I mean, that's a massive one right there.
That's not a war
That's
we
a
were
big
in.
one.
Okay. That's just a foreign policy agenda, one that we don't even control. Okay. But that's not a war we were in. So I'm trying to figure out which war we were in
No,
that
we do
Donald Trump
control
stopped. We do not.
So what war were we in that Donald Trump stopped? None.
Okay. So cool. So your
that's not
entire
the point.
stance on Donald Trump,
That's
you know,
not the point. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
obviously not.
Like
Maybe it
you're
was
not
that.
listening
Maybe
to
it
a
was
word I'm saying.
that China war, that Iraq war. Oh, hey, Iraq. The guy before said we were.
No,
was
that
Iraq.
was the drunk guy. No. No, that was the drunk guy. So let's see if you can follow the conversation. Both Democrats and Republicans sent me, my wife. I've seen my wife get shot at and mortared, right? And a lot of my friends and people that I serve with over to Iraq. Why?
Because you signed up.
Halliburton and well, I signed up, but not for that.
Well, I'm just
But who
being
was?
honest, and let me be very, very clear that I don't believe that we should have been in Iraq for what we were there. I don't believe we should have been in Afghanistan and we were there. But they did kind of just send people that signed up. It's not like they had a draft, right? Like,
Right, I
you,
understand
you,
that.
you
Yes.
kind of knew where you were
Right.
signing up. And how old did you say you were?
I'm 46.
You're 46. Okay, so based off of that number, you probably joined the military somewhere in the mid to late 90s. So right after the first, like, you know, or right after the first
Wow, you're way
Gulf
off.
War, right? Oh, so I'm wrong. When did you join?
Yes, way off. 2000.
2000. I said mid to late 90s. I don't think that's way off by saying 2000. Okay, but we had been in war,
And
like,
you brought up the Gulf War.
well, I'm saying we were at
The
war.
Gulf War was, dude. I was in elementary school during the Gulf War. What are you talking about?
first one or
man?
the second
Your time
one?
is way off. Anyway, that's fine.
The first one or the
Anyway.
second one? Anyways, we were at wars like all the way through the Middle East and Africa,
what?
all the way through the 90s. Okay, so you kind
There's
of
only
did
been,
know what
there's
you
only
signed
been
up
one
for.
Gulf War, by the way.
You kind of no.
Yes, I know what I
There's
signed up for.
two.
And
But
at the
anyways,
time,
you
I
kind of
was
knew what you
proud
signed up for.
and said, you know what, I'm representing my country. I'm representing my country. Awesome. But now being the age that I am now, and then looking back and knowing what I know now, it was an absolute unjust war. All for profit or for revenge.
The second Gulf War would have been after
to get
he
back
joined.
at,
Yeah, that's my bad.
Do what?
Oh, I was saying the second Gulf War was actually after. I was actually thinking of Desert Shield and
No,
Desert
it's only-
Storm. That was on me.
Right. It's the same thing.
No, it wasn't.
You
But
didn't know
anyways,
that.
what I'm saying, sir, is that
What?
we were in wars all the way through the 90s.
Dude.
Okay. And so when you signed up, you knew we were at wars all the way through the 90s, and then you joined in 2000. And I'm sure 9/11 was like a big surprise to you, right? Like, I think it was a big surprise to all of us. It actually spurred a lot of people to actually join the military. But at the end of the day, I mean, you kind of joined, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of just end up in that, you know?
Right. So let's say that you join a marriage and then let's say the husband abuses a spouse. Are you going to tell the spouse, well, I mean, you did kind of hook up with a guy and so it's kind of your fault that you got beat up.
Well,
That's
sir,
exactly what you're saying.
I will say that the one comparison is saying that saying that the military is like an abusive relationship is actually probably accurate, but no, that's a very big false equivalency, sir.
For that specific event, yes, because they sent men, women over to their
Sir,
murdering
I'm very
for-
sorry
for-
you ended up
Anyway,
in that
let's get off of this.
situation. Okay, I'm very sorry that you ended up in the situation. Okay, I really am.
So
I truly am.
so-
Okay,
so
none of
Democrats
this
and
has shit to do with Donald
right?
Trump. Okay, like at all, because not only
does.
did
It's
you
got everything to
join
do-
at that time, but you said
It
you
does.
retired, which means that you spent another, 17 years after the second Gulf War started in the military
go.
voluntarily.
Stop saying Gulf War. Stop saying Gulf War. It's not. There's one Gulf War.
No, there's two Gulf Wars.
It's Desert Storm, Desert Shield.
Desert Shield, Storm
There's one
Desert Shield
Gulf
was
War.
before that. There's two Gulf Wars.
There's one Gulf War. Look it up. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, I will look
Just
it up.
stop.
Okay.
Just stop.
Yeah, I will look it up and let me put it on the screen
Oh my
and
God.
show everyone that I'm right and you're wrong. Because I already had it pulled up. So
So the Gulf War ribbon.
cool. So
So the ribbon that
anyways,
you wear on your uniform that says Gulf War. So the Gulf War ribbon that you wear on your
sir.
uniform. What year is that
Sir. I don't care about
Exactly.
talking about any of this shit.
You're wrong again.
Okay? I am talking about Donald
Dude,
Trump.
you're just making stuff up.
Sir, it's
Yes, and you're making
literally
stuff up.
on the screen, on that everybody here else can see besides you. Okay? I'm trying not to argue with you about this. Okay? I'm really trying not to. I am trying to move the conversation back to what we were talking about. Okay?
Right. So
I'm
there's one
really,
Gulf
really
War,
trying. Okay?
period.
Because I don't want to have you
One Gulf War.
argue with you
One
about
Gulf
this, okay? Because it sounds like you're a veteran that actually served, and I really, really respect you for your service, especially long
And I'm
tenured
trying to
service
correct
through
you.
war, okay? But sir,
And
you're
I'm trying to
fucking
correct you.
wrong. Okay, can we move on?
Dude, you are wrong. Dead wrong. Whatever you got pulled up is wrong. There's one ribbon only, and that was for the
Sir,
Gulf War
ribbons
under
don't equal
George
reality.
H.W. Bush.
Ribbons don't equal reality.
It is the global war on terrorism. It is Operation
Sure, sir.
Enduring Freedom.
Sounds
Operation
great, sir.
Iraqi
You
Freedom.
know what?
It is
Sir.
not the Gulf War.
Sir.
Desert Storm,
Sir.
Desert Shield.
Awesome. That sounds
Gulf
great,
War
sir.
and Desert
Sir,
Storm and Desert Shield is one war,
sounds great.
1991.
Whatever you say, okay? Whatever you say
Operation Enduring
sounds
Freedom,
amazing,
Operation
sir.
Iraqi Freedom
Sir,
in Iraq
Sir.
and Afghanistan is a second war. There's no Gulf War II. Stop it. Don't do that.
whatever you say,
Let's be accurate.
I do not care.
It's whatever I
Okay.
know.
I hope that you have a wonderful time, and make sure you sign up for that VA and get the counseling you need.
Now
Okay. All right.
let's get to politics.
No, I'm not talking about anything else with you, sir, because I've tried to move this conversation over multiple times and you refuse to do that. And I'm not actually going to continue this anymore. I have tried to move this conversation back multiple times and
Because
you will
you're
not let
misinforming
me.
your
Okay.
audience.
So I hope that you have
Stop
a wonderful
misinforming the
night.
people.
Okay.
Stop misinforming the people.
All right. I
That's
hope
all
you have
I'm
a
asking. Stop
wonderful
doing it.
evening. Goodbye.
Stop.
All right. Yeah, none of this has to do with anything of what we're talking about, and I'm just kind of like over it. Okay. I did mix up the Gulf War with Desert Shield and Desert Storm. That was on me. Okay. That was on me. That was my fault. Okay. Because second Gulf War was 2003. I believe the first Gulf War was like 2001. And then, yeah. So that was on me. That was the Persian Gulf War. I fucked up a little bit, but not completely. And I corrected myself. All right, y'all. Oh, I think I was actually just talking to Popcorn there. So just for Popcorn, because he's right there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen on this one right here. Just real quick. Okay. Whoop. Nope. I clicked on the wrong thing. All right. Right there. Okay. For your benefit. Okay. If you want some more clarification, yeah, I think that was Popcorn because he went in there yelling and he was in my guest request box. Okay. All right. The second Gulf War is the Iraq War. All right. It's the same thing, bud. All right. It's the same thing. All right. Second Gulf War, Iraq War. Same thing. Okay. It's all right. We made it through. All right. Anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful night. I am done for the night. That was way more than I needed to end that live. But hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I will be back on tomorrow, 7:30. Remember, tomorrow is my late night because I play tennis on Wednesday nights. So please make sure that you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Oh, it's definitely Popcorn. He's literally crashing out in my chat right now. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, all right? Bye.